So, I don't know that anybody needs a recap necessarily, but I think everybody, knows that the group headed from Seor out into the jungle in search of the Sea Witch's cabin to strike this deal with her, and there was some bandits named the Outcast along the way. You did meet up with Salagastra. JJ is there as well, and there was some memory experiences that were had by a few of the group, which kind of, there's lots of conversations back and forth about different things that happen in the backstories, and just some really meaningful kind of deep dive information being provided, as well as lore, Salagastra's opinions on the Chainless and the world scene at large, and JJ kind of threw his 2 cents in here and there, but specifically the throwback of Razir's information, or the questions that were brought up by Salagastra to Razir, caused him to not be, I don't say not in a good mood, but just having a rough time kind of dealing with talking about that information in general, causing him to walk out. Yeah, causing him to walk outside, and then B2 had his experience and realized a couple of things, and so there's likely an imminent conversation, at least, to happen. So, let me get the music correct here, and we'll set the scene just a tiny bit. So it is still humid outside. You are in a jungle, after all. But the scene around Salagastra's Grove is that of these like green and multicolored, semi-translucent fireflies that are obviously from the Feywild, as you learned recently, kind of dapple this moat-like river that travels around this very tiny island with a little wooden bridge that leads over to where Salagastra's buildings are. And it is still morning time. I don't remember exactly what we had said for the time, but I think it's like maybe around 11 or noon or something like that. That would have been before noon, because she was talking about staying for lunch and for like the rest of the day and having that part of the conversation. But you have the sound of insects kind of flittering around, and the slight creak of Eighth, the giant branchless tree that just kind of sits off past the grove and towers above all the trees that are here, leaning down and kind of basically observing, is kind of the sense you get from that. But we come back, and I believe Louise and Xander, Blackstar was already inside, and Garron had just pulled B2 away from this basin, and I think he would have collapsed to the ground if Garron hadn't like grabbed onto him and hadn't held him. He's kind of like leaning off to the side with this realization. Blackstar came in, had the brief conversation about what B2 just experienced, and Razir walks in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we pick back up.
All right.
I think as I walked in, we left it off with people like looking at me, and me, because we had just talked about it, Blackstar and I, me saying, "What, somebody's mentor die or something?"
Yeah. Yes.
Right. We ended on a comedy special ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Comedy cliffhanger. Yeah. So that is what he says as he walks back in the door.
I think B2 stands up, or if he was like slouched, like just full on stands up, walks over to Razir, and B2's tall, Razir's not, so he's being intimidating. It seems you killed the one person who I would have known. Part of me wishes to punch you. Part of me also recognizes that you didn't know.
Oh. Well. I ain't sure who or what you're talking about, but This ain't exactly the first time. Look, feel free to give me a good wallop if you think it'll make you feel better. I could probably be able to survive it from you. Maybe. But hey, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it.
I do not wish to hurt you. I do not understand why I have the urge to punch you. It's not... You killed Matthias. He was my...
Oh,
Was my... Part of my... He was a commander in the visions I kept having.
I see. Wow. I mean, I ain't gonna apologize for it. I'm doing what I'm doing, but like I said, feel free. If it might be cathartic, although I don't know how you work exactly, but I've found that it can be cathartic for some people to vent a bit with a physical altercation. Go ahead and give me one. I ain't gonna hold it against you.
Yes, what's confusing is I don't understand why I feel this way. Why I feel anger.
Oh, so you ain't sure why he was important to you yet?
Yes.
Okay, you're still piecing that together. Gotcha.
I am just
Well,
expressing my frustration, though.
hey, I appreciate that. It's better that than somebody seething for years and then stabbing you in the back. Look, offer's gonna stand. If you figure out why you were so connected to this guy and you need to get it out, I offers on the table as long as you need. But in the meantime, I tell you messed with the bowl thing, and that's you saw something.
Yes, I was human. I was trained for a war, and my let's see. Let me bring back my notes. Sorry, pulling a classic.
Classic me.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to say it.
Pulling out some of my DMing as well, of course. So,
Yeah.
yes, I was alive at some point, I believe. I was alive during the
Oh,
Great War.
way back then.
Yes.
Wow. When you were turned into what you are now.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you other than offers on the table. And you take whatever time you need. Scowl at me all you want, although you can't quite scowl. Look, I don't know what else to say here other than that's unfortunate. Uh,
I don't know what answer I seek either from you, but I think if I take more time to understand these emotions, I wish to talk again.
Fair enough.
Also, the joke is often made that you are the oldest one. Do
Clearly, that
you...
ain't the case.
Fair enough. Do you know the name of the world?
Not. I mean, no, not any more than anybody else. That was lost long with me.
When I awoke, one of the phrases I said was, Veritas isn't the name of the world. It is what the visitors called themselves.
Oh,
Well, I
visitors,
know.
all right.
While I know that you're not directly connected to my past, it seems that it's important that you know information. Therefore, I deemed it necessary to share that.
All right, well, thank you.
And I think B2 still there's his not organic. His machine muscles are kind of fluctuating, and for a brief moment, he's going to just walk over and grab like a wooden spoon and just crush it. Like he's trying to not be just like destroy anything, but he feels the need to get his anger out somehow. So
Just grabs his wooden spoon and just splinters. Well, I guess you didn't need. I didn't need that. I'll make another one, I suppose. Well, this is quite traumatic sounding. I'm quite surprised. It wasn't what I intended at all, and I apologize for whatever I've brought upon you.
That ain't quite your fault.
You two made a decision.
Yeah, speaking of which, did anybody else make a decision that I missed that I should know something happened about?
Don't
No?
think so.
I don't think- I think
you
that was the
talked a
only
bit.
thing.
You left afterwards. B2
Yeah.
looking
Wasn't
to
out
the
there
ball.
that long, but
Yeah.
something big happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess I'm caught up. Well. Good old trips down memory lane can be more than what you want sometimes.
Well, it was simply an offer, after all, and I'm kind of have a bit of a palate for these things, where I desire to know about others and what's going on in their lives, and I get to see pieces of the world that I've never been to before, and so I appreciate your willingness to offer yourselves up for what it's worth. But I don't know if anybody has anything that they wished to talk more with me about, but JJ and I are going to go for a walk, as it's something we do on occasion. And Xando, is there anything you wish to speak with me more about before we head out?
I mean, not in particular, like, right now, but, like, if you have... I mean, are we intending on staying the day?
I mean, we
Yes.
do have what was a Yeti?
Yeah,
Have that
Yeah,
to
we
take care
go
of, so we're gonna
handle
come back
that.
anyway.
right. Yeah, I mean, not in particular, I have a lot of questions about, like, magic and stuff that I'm interested in learning, and maybe you guys could teach me, we could talk about, but, I mean, is JJ here, like, all the time?
I mean, and JJ's still standing there.
No, I
in
know.
the room. And she like starts to her sentence, and then he picks up. Well, it's just kind of pop in here and there, and we've been friends. I've kind of been looking after her for the past 87 years, kind of a personal interest, call it. You know, just seemed to take a liking to her. I thought she had a bright future, as some others in our present company do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Black Star is pretty bright, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yes. Right. Yes, I mean, I'm here to answer questions if you wish. Get a little bit antsy just sitting around enjoying these wonderful cookies. But I do like to go for a walk. I mean, you're welcome to come with us on our walk. And Salagastra, like, shoots him a glare. I think they'd prefer to go about their business for the day, and just the two of us can go and enjoy ourselves. Oh, right. I'm sorry. I'll kick myself next time. Anyways.
So, how far away was your Yeti friend?
He's about an hour north of here, actually quite near the coast. There's a not a mountain range, but just a bit of some rocky hills that he's called home for the past decades. Since we've been here, actually. Went and found it, cleared it out of some old ritualistic cultists that had set up themselves there and made it his home. He prefers to be amongst the rocks and mountain-like areas, as that's where he came from originally, although there's no snow in this region of the world.
Right, and just to clarify, getting whatever it is you said there was a sword in his back.
Sword, yeah.
It was a weapon.
Getting that's gonna or weapon. That's
Right.
gonna bring him back to his senses, or do we gotta kind of knock him out or something?
Well, I would prefer that you didn't kill him outright, although I suppose there are means of bringing him back if I must, but that would be quite the hassle. So I think it's lodged in there quite well and will require a bit of a struggle. Like I said, there's many ways to take something like that out, but I do believe that the sword that I was working on is the cause of his odd and wild maniac behavior. So once that's removed, I believe he should come back to his senses.
All right,
I can get it out.
I bet you can.
If you give me even an inch, I'll do it.
As I think that it got wedged somehow in such a way where it may require a bit of finesse and strength, depending on how you go about it. But that's up to you, as it is the mission that I've asked you to undertake. So,
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll be careful not to kill the guy.
all right. Well, if you don't have any further questions, I'm going to grab my fancy walking stick, and she picks up the shotgun that she had and kind of takes it and has a little pack off to the side that she picks up and throws over her shoulder, and Nariman jumps in the pack right before she puts it over her shoulder, so there's just a little kitten head kind of sticking out the flap there, and JJ comes over and they arm in arm together walk out the front door, and you are left in Salagastra's cabin by yourselves.
I thought for a second you were going to say JJ walks over and also tries to get in the pack.
It's not quite that senile.
That's senile or just fun?
Yep, that is fun.
Yoda training.
Yeah. Right.
B2.
I could use a bit of a sit down before we head off. Take a short little break and then head north. See if we can find that fella.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We've been here for a while by ourselves, and I'm surprised Black Star hasn't stolen anything yet. I'm proud of him.
I mean, we haven't been watching. He's still outside, right?
No, he's in here.
He's inside.
Oh, he came back in. All right.
I gotta get water and heat up this pack. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's cool, Xander.
I think that being the case, I do think we should sit outside and not just sit in
In there.
home here without her.
Yeah.
So sit outside for a bit. It's nice enough out there.
I prefer that anyways.
Have our
And I'll make my
short
way
rest.
outside and just lay on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Because Garron was very, even though he was ready to fight, the minute he got to relax, he was very excited about just the look of the place, because it's not something he's ever seen before, including all the colorful plants and I guess maybe flowers that are there. I don't know.
Yeah, bushes, flowers, all kinds of foliage, and it is probably one of, if not the safest place that you've been in, or the safest feeling place that you've been in, knowing what's on the outside perimeter outside of these very tall bushes that provide visual protection. You have a massive 150-foot tall tree that's there that does not go on the walk with Salagastra, who is just there and kind of slowly rumbling, like breathing in and out, almost like Eighth has fallen asleep or something. But yeah, there's the sound of birds. There's a couple hummingbirds that come through, and other colored birds. They don't seem to be affected by the fire-breathing trees that were outside, but yeah, quite protected.
B2 is going to walk up to Garron while we're on our short rest.
Yeah, I'm staring at the gigantic tree when you're coming to me.
Yeah. Um, Garron, may I bother you?
Oh yeah, I was lost in thought. What's up?
In your visions, there was the fist that came down from the sky.
Fist. I thought it was lightning or a robot. I don't know what that is. Uh, yeah, there was something that came down that was not what I remembered. Why?
Nothing. It is just abnormal to me. I do not understand it, and I was just curious if that is what you humanoid people refer to as a god.
Uh, hmm. I mean, sure. I don't. One, whatever that witch did was not completely true to what I experienced, but I I might have felt that way to me at the time. And speaking on gods, I'm not very uh in touch with religion. I I mean I respect it. It stands for a lot of things, uh especially to my dad. But I'm not very close or in touch with anything involving the gods. I know very little of them. So, in at least in conversations that I've had, uh, that image that you saw could very well be a god, but it could also just look like you and me, like, or some other unthinkable design that we're just not smart enough or not experienced enough to recognize. Uh, Gods are very strange, which is why I tended to, every time my dad spoke on anything religious, I just one ear out the other. I was more interested on, training.
Yes, from what I understand, not many people have respect for the gods anymore. It seems
That's true.
that most people feel that the gods have abandoned them. But in that moment, it seemed in some way, something decided not to abandon you.
When you put it like that, it's kind of refreshing to think about something defending me.
I've learned that everything has a weak spot. And so even you, Garron, have a weak spot.
Sure.
I have one more question.
I have. Yeah, yeah.
In the house, you said if you give me an inch, I can make it work. How does one give an inch?
Hmm. See, okay.
Does anyone have a tape measure?
Well, the idea I was trying to get at is, I mean,
Alex is here for that one.
If I'm given any form of an opening, I will take that opportunity and succeed, or at least do my very best to do so. There's something one of my friends back in Hyalus used to say.
Very well. I will also add it to my vocabulary.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Perfect. I'm gonna make that note right now.
Do you think this tree is the defender of this island? Was that the one speaking to you?
Yes, I would believe so.
Hmm.
I think she has influenced it, and it seems since I have woken up, there are many strange things. Yet, for some reason, the giant tree is not the strangest of them all.
No, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, it tried to kill us, but it did its job, and I feel nothing but pride for a fellow defender.
Hmm.
I wish I could hear it though, but I just heard, and I don't know how to respond to that. I don't.
I'm sorry, not to ruin the moment, but that's just so funny. All I heard was I like that. That was good.
Anyway, I hope you're feeling all right. By the way, I mean, do you feel, anyways? I mean, whatever. That's not important. Based on what you just discovered about yourself, you might have even more questions than you thought you ever needed to ask.
Yes. But
Uh,
it seems that traveling with this group in 3 days, 4 days, I have found more answers, even if they brought more questions, than I did traveling alone for a month.
yeah, there's something about this group that, I mean, they're all really, well, they're most, two of them are pretty smart. Uh,
I
uh,
wonder
so
if
getting,
Garron and B2 look at two different people. Yes. Looks at B2 looks at Black Star for sure.
I looked at Black Star and Xander.
You guys are so
Yeah.
sweet.
Uh, yeah, your little story, or your little rendition of the story of you guys meeting, definitely stood out to Garen. Yeah, with those two here, I've already gotten more answers that I imagine I would have gotten if I tried doing this at my own at a library, and I already don't like the idea of having to open one of those things. But yeah, as long as we stick with them, I think hopefully we'll come to understand our position. That's not the word I'm looking for. Our place. Yeah, our place in this world. I think I'm pretty sure that it's, for me, I'm meant to defend what has been shifting a lot lately, and that makes me question if I'm kind of going I'm in over my head, but I'm just gonna keep moving forward. That's the best I can do.
Yes. I think so as well. And then wait, it's this,
It's
and
this.
then he'll B2 will walk away just to give you more peace with the nature.
B2 and the rest of the crew hear coming from the tree. Garron, you hear a voice in your head. You wish to speak with me?
Oh, that's what you sound like. Not bad. That alone will get some people to turn around and not even come here. No, I just wanted to uh, kind of pay my respects. You did some damage to me. Not much, I might add, but you did some damage to me and my friends here. But you were doing so while trying to defend the witch, and I want to commend that. That's not enough people are not enough people stand for something nowadays.
The credit for your harm goes to my children.
You have kids?
It was not I who caused you to burn.
Well, it's still from you, unless there's a completely different process to having kids with your people. Whatever. You are doing a great job. That's all I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like, maybe he has no branches, so I'm just gonna kind of like high five the bark. Just
Okay. It's a very, very hard substance that does not feel like wood. It feels more like stone.
oh, I have even more respect for you now.
And technically he's on the other side of the water moat area. But
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
I'll just air high five then. I don't.
There you go. Hop, skip, and a jump over the water. It's fine.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna look for everyone else. I mean, I'm assuming people are just resting and. Yeah.
Oh no, we all left.
We're gone, all of us.
Everyone's
doing with
gone.
the trees?
Yeah.
For Alex coming in, B2 just had a brief conversation with Brazier, said he wanted to punch him, but didn't. And
Sounds like
Saving
you
it for later.
Brazier did not apologize, and in fact said, I'm not going to apologize, but
Sounds like Brazier.
Hit me if you need to.
hit me if you need to. Said that like 4, 5, 6 times. Offer's always open, and B2 said he was going to think about it and would want to have further conversation later. Salagastra and JJ asked if anybody had any questions and apologized for essentially bringing on whatever the circumstance is, but then said that they were going to go for a walk. And so then they left the cabin, and everybody is now sitting outside on the little island with the water around it, and the flowers and the bushes, taking a short rest.
Oh, nice.
We head north to deal with the Yeti problem.
This is my first short rest. How does hit dice work for like healing, or does it just do it automatically for me?
You can roll the number of hit die you want to use. So you have your barbarian. So you have no, you're not only barbarian.
Oh,
It makes it more complicated. So basically, every class has its own hit die. So like wizards have a D6, rogues D8, fighters D10, barbarians D12. So each level and each class gives you that amount of die, and you can roll them to restore at point during short rest.
okay.
And when you long rest, you regain half your spent
hit
hit
die.
die.
That's a
The
rule
temp
I always
HP still
forget as a
sticks around,
DM.
right?
Which roll?
Or that they only get half back. That I just always like, yeah, you
It's
get your full
lame
back.
and it sucks.
Yeah, and
It's
just so you guys know, if you are healing during the short rest, I can add a D4 D8 to that healing amount.
Oh, then I'm definitely full then.
For each person?
I can do it for up to throughout the day. I can do it for 7 people. So,
I got my full HP back, so I'm good.
all right.
And then
So Garron said he's taking one. So
Yeah.
mark that down.
that was a
you
good
have-
question though. Alex had. Do we keep the temp HP?
Yes, we do.
You until it goes away,
A
or
long
until
rest.
you finish a long rest, right?
Okay.
I play a song also, so if anyone needs that extra 1d6 from my song of rest.
Yeah, I was
some
only
nice
10.
soothing music.
I was only 10 hit points down, so
Well, I got 1 out of that, so I'll use 1 last hit die.
Is this the first time you guys have ever
used?
used hit dice in this campaign?
Yeah, because usually we just do berries
You just pop
because
some
we're
good
running
berries.
Yeah.
around.
A lot of berries. Yeah.
So Felix, I get an extra D8 for my hit die.
Yeah, and a D6 from Black Star.
Jeez.
I'd use half my hit die. I
Yeah,
rolled
we
like
got all this
2 2s, a
entertainment.
1, and a 3. It was gross.
Eric,
My
I
God.
used 1 and I'm full.
I was like 22 held down.
But did you use the extra die both me and Black Star are giving you?
Just the Black Star one.
Yeah.
No need to use up your resource. So
I mean, it
got all
comes
my
back
hit
on the long rest.
How did I
too.
even lose health? I don't remember what we did.
Exploding trees.
Exploding
The
trees.
fiery trees.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What'd
I
you
only
love?
lost 4 HP on that.
Yeah, I lost 5.
I lost
11.
11.
In a D&D campaign, when you can say, just like nonchalantly, like, yeah, exploding trees, you know?
Yeah, man, you didn't know?
Technically, they were fire-breathing trees, but it's fine.
It's
Oh, well.
funnier to say
The head-
exploding trees.
Headcanon for Garron, they were exploding trees.
True. You know, would us as our characters know any different? B2 now thinks all trees breathe fire, so he's careful.
And when you go further up north, they breathe ice instead. You have a frost breath.
Give me some
And
ideas.
then-
That's good.
The short circuit storyline begins.
Yep. Or did they breathe water and you rust? I don't know. It's
Oh my god.
It's kind of
The,
a stretch.
the possibilities.
Anybody else conversating during the short rest?
Black Star's just playing the song. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's alright.
All right, guys. So what's the plan?
Head north till we hit the coast or find that rocky spot. And see if we can. I don't know. We probably try and set up some traps and such. Maybe restrain the fella.
Yeah, can you guys?
I might-
I remember. I really just want to remember.
Oh, I don't have Entangle anymore.
We're not killing it, right? Like that's
No, we're
Salagastra. I'm just gonna say the witch. Yeah, I remember the witch saying that it was pretty big, so I couldn't just
Yeah,
hold it down.
She did say it could speak, right?
It used to be able to. I don't know.
Yeah,
if it
Yeah,
kinda
then,
lost
then
its
if it's able
mind
to
or
understand
something.
us, I could also command it to maybe try and remove the sword. I don't know.
But if it's in a
Yeah.
blind rage,
Yeah,
Ooh,
I mean,
you know
like-
what?
What do you got?
If you
Black
get
Star?
me a minute with him,
Yeah,
it might not work though. I'm not sure.
I mean,
might be
a
able to.
minute's a really long time.
It is a long time, but I believe in
Yeah.
all of you
10
individually, and
rounds.
as a team, there's just so much more faith in my
And
heart.
then again, knowing you, Black Star, you tried to charm us as well.
I mean, that's probably you know what, Louise, you're not wrong. You're not.
Is a
This is nice when we
Yeti
all
a
get
person?
I don't think it'll
well-
work on him. Honestly, I've never tried it on a Yeti.
I mean,
Because I was thinking I also have whole person, but I'm not sure. I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
Yeti's a person.
I mean, never mind.
I don't think it is.
I don't understand magic.
we might
Uh,
have to just resort to some physical traps. Set up some like
Uh,
a snare.
I don't know how I forgot. I have web.
That
Might
can
help.
like you actually just create a
Yeah,
web.
just to make a huge area that's all webbed up.
What can
Yeah,
what
the-
can magic
the spider's
not
back
do?
in-
That's just a Thursday night for a guy like me.
What can magic not do?
Well, I could blind
I-
or deafen it.
Oh yeah.
That's that'll make
Looks
it
like we
easy to
got-
get behind it.
Quite a few options here.
Well, actually, I don't
Oh,
even
God,
know
I
where
forgot
the
that's
sword
not a concentration spell. Blindness, deafness. That's so busted.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we have that.
I think
uh,
We get up to the area, find the spot, see if we can spot the fella, and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll
Then murder
see
him.
a
no.
definitely not that.
She doesn't
did
want.
say not to.
She-
definitely
do that.
want to restrain it and
Yeah, she did
hopefully
say
save the creature.
If gets out of hand and he dies, she has ways of bringing him back. But
Let's
knowing to do
complicated.
so. Or
let's do our
something
best
like
Yeah.
to avoid having to just straight up
Yeah.
hurt him, though. Or yeah, him.
I hear
Then,
you.
I don't know.
I hear you.
Hmm.
Keep it in our pockets. How about
Sure. We may need to defend ourselves if
Oh,
it gets
yes.
to it. But um, if
It'll
we
be the
can
first thing I
avoid,
reach for in my pocket. It'll be right there, ready.
nice. Yeah, if we could avoid having to resort to just bringing the guy down, then yeah, we can actually
Alright.
just conserve our own resources and make sure we don't uh, end up hurting ourselves in the process.
How far away is this?
About
All we
an
know is
hour.
north.
Hour
Oh,
north
no.
near the coast,
We-
there's a rocky area that there's a cave
That's
that
what I
they
meant to
cleared
say.
out some cultists from that they turned into the Yeti's home.
Is there
Mhm.
anything crazy that we should be expecting well as we travel?
I mean, we can ask,
Didn't mention
Didn't
anything. I mean,
mention nothing, but
kind of late to
but
ask.
she's kind of on a little walk. I don't know if she did not
her and
look very,
JJ went off on a walk.
yeah, she didn't look happy about the idea of us intruding on that walk.
Oh. Well then. Let's go subdue a giant creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
The
it.
elusive jungle yeti.
Do we come out the same way we came in, I guess?
I mean, she
I think
did say it
so.
was
There's a
up
bridge.
north.
It is north, and the entrance to Salagastra's Grove is like on the eastern, but this entryway faces east. So that you don't see any
Head
other
out.
entry or exit point, but you would leave. Yeah.
I hope we ain't gonna be the trees ain't gonna bother us on our way out and maybe back in now that we've
Oh yeah, eighth.
proved who we are.
We're friends now.
You just call out eighth.
Yeah, well, like we're friends now. I hope.
Everybody
I
hears
am
them.
Garron and I speak for the trees, and for some reason they speak Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Did you introduce yourself to eighth? Did you say your name was Garen? I don't recall if you actually said that
No.
or if you just started talking to him. Okay.
Yeah, just started talking to him.
Yes.
Yeah, my friend here brings up a good point. Are we going to expect your children to continuously see us as threats, or will they know that okay, these guys are good. These guys survived the first time so we're just gonna leave them be.
Did you give your word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing we did here. I mean, they don't understand what you're saying.
Right. Everybody else just hears the constant rumble, shaking
Yeah.
in the ground, and the trees on the outside kind of
So,
shaking a little bit.
you know, they said Garen Stonefist, like, when he talks, does he make the ground shake?
No, me? No.
How does one become fluent in tree?
Give me a few levels.
You have to go to tree college.
I think when I was like imitating his language when I was he recognized me as kin. But yeah, you were saying.
If you've given your word, then you'll be fine.
Wait. He says, I don't mean to cut you off. Are we good? Is this conversation done? I don't know if you have more to say. You talk very slowly.
When you've been around as long as I have, time doesn't matter. You can take as long as you want to say anything.
You must be really patient. I gotta have a conversation with you later on. But that's good to know. Thank you, Eighth. I'm Garen, by the way.
Hi, Garen.
Okay. Eighth says, because I completely forgot what we were talking about. We're okay to go because of something we said earlier. We agreed.
We gave our word.
Yes. Yeah. We gave our word.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. So we're free to go without the fear of any form of exploding trees.
So, you
All right, to the north.
exit the east portion of the grove, head out into the sands. You are not accosted by the small creatures, like worm-like creatures that were coming out with teeth that were trying to grab onto feet and stabs and everything and lock you in place. And the trees around continue to breathe with this strange kind of bright crimson liquid material, almost like sap that's up towards the top of the boughs. And the bottoms of all of the trunks still continue to look burnt. And even though it was a little while ago that you walked through here, there's still little bits of tendrils of smoke and additional glass crystals that are kind of have emerged up at odd angles within the sand, which you easily avoid not stepping on glass shards, and start to make your way north. And within a short period of time, exit this grove area and back out into the wilderness and jungle. Who is helming the journey, and who will determine how long it takes you to find this particular location?
Depends. Is it a survival check or an investigation check?
This would be a survival check.
I'm gonna
Alright,
cast
Louise.
Al's
Louise
wisdom.
already rolled survival.
Yeah, I was literally going to
So he knows.
RP as Garron, saying like, Louise, you want to help me figure out where we need to go? And then he was he was already figuring out where we need to go.
So that means you get advantage.
You're already doing it. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I can roll again.
totally.
It's pretty good advantage.
Alex, what were you saying?
Nothing. Not if he's getting help, and he don't need my help.
Okay. So with the 20, yeah, within an hour of trekking through the jungle and looking for these various rocky outcroppings, and there are a couple of them, and you kind of pass by one and see like that's probably not big enough, and kind of still do a walk around it just to be sure, and there's no openings or secret vine hung entryways or anything like that, but it is still rough terrain as the jungle turns back into this swampy mess on the floor of numerous puddles and sludgy pits of mud and things that your boots could get stuck in. And there are a good number of vines that are hanging down, lots of foliage grown up in between these various trees that you're having to hack your way through. You do notice a patch or a swath of them in a particular area that seems to be lower than the rest as far as the bushes are concerned, and it seems to be easier cutting through here, and it seems to be heading directly in the direction that you're heading. So perhaps someone's come through here before and either knocked them down, tore them up, or cut them before, and they've not had as much time to grow as the other bushes that are around. So within a relatively short period of time, you arrive at close to your desired location. What you do notice as you begin to approach where you can actually see above the tree line this large mound of boulders that is just, who knows how they got there, because there's no mountain ranges around. It's just this, like, I don't know, 80-foot high pile of boulders amidst the trees, and there's actually jungle trees that are kind of jutting up at odd angles, sticking out of the boulders, like they somehow grew within them. And there's a lot of vines kind of hanging down, covering over the majority of this. But when you're about maybe 100 or 200 feet away from this, you see that there are various patches of this similar lightish brown material on the ground that looks like sand. Kind of like what you saw before, but not filled with trees. It's a different, sand has a slightly different texture to it. You see like a small lizard goes to kind of dive onto one of you, as has happened once before, and hits the sand and like goes to scurry over to where you are, and instead of something pulling it under like the last time that you experienced this, it just like slowly starts to like slowly sink into the sand a little bit and has to continue moving to pull itself up above the sand before like being pulled under, and a bird comes down to swoop to pick it up, like a raven, pretty decent sized raven comes down to pick it up, and as the bird's feet touches the sand, it like sinks into the sand, like catching itself, and its wings get caught a little bit and almost pulled under in this obvious quicksand that's here. And before like righting itself and barely getting up to the surface, has to let go of the lizard and quickly picks back up and carries off. The lizard, who's damaged by the bird, does succumb to the quicksand and quickly disappears beneath it. These patches are pretty frequent in the area that's between you and this heavy rock outcropping.
Nature is terrifying.
Here it seems to be, yeah.
This sounds like Discovery Planet.
Nature here is terrifying.
Yeah, that guy didn't have a chance.
At this distance, you do pick up the sounds of shouts coming from about 150 feet in front of you. Humanoids shouting, voices. Sounds like two voices screaming, "Help! Help!" And like two other people cursing like very loudly, like out loud, and you hear the snapping of branches. Can't quite make out who or exactly where they are from this distance, but
I think Garron. I think we need to do something about this. And
Yes,
Garron's
we
going
need to ignore it. We have a job.
It's in the same direction.
That might be affecting our job. We should go take a look.
We should be quiet about it then, because what if it's a trap or like the Yeti comes out of nowhere and attacks these people? We can at least get an idea of what like he's capable of.
Is the Yeti capable of mimicking voices?
Oh,
Only
That's
one
a
way to
good
find
question.
out.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to waste any time, and I'm going to attempt to be stealthy, but I don't like that I'm
Right.
doing it.
Carefully make our way around these quicksand pits.
okay. So I'd like a group. You can either do a perception or a dexterity check to navigate. I'm sorry, this would be, well, it's not really acrobatics. It's just a dexterity check. Yeah. So pick one. Obviously, Louise is going to choose perception.
Yes.
So am I.
Just to see how well you can navigate through this.
Man,
So just a straight dexterity check?
nice.
Yes.
Dex or perception. Yeah.
So the natural 20 made up for one of those twos that was rolled, and Xander's Louise roll. Oh yeah, is one of the ones that rolled a 2. Yeah, you got a 12
Yeah.
on a 2 roll. So there, and okay, and there's Garron's. So at a certain point, Louise, you're really intently hearing the shouting of these people, and that's like throwing off your visual perspective as you're kind of walking through, and your foot kind of slips off the side of one of the embankments of where these sand pits are, essentially, and Xander actually grabs your arm.
Thanks. Sorry,
Yeah, feels
yeah.
feels good to switch the roles once in a while.
I'm gonna write a song about that. That was so heroic.
Side eye.
It felt condescending. I don't know if you were serious or not, but it felt mildly condescending.
I mean, we never know with Black Star.
That's fair.
Can I see them yet?
So you pick your way through. There's a couple of like trees and a couple of bushes that are growing out of some of the embankments that are here, and you kind of come around the side of one of the bushes, and you do see not only 4 individuals, 2 who are caught in quicksand, all wearing the outfits and garb of the outcast. That are there's 2 kind of on the embankment with 2 like giant tree branches kind of like trying to push them down into where the quicksand is, trying to help these people who are slowly sinking into them. Beyond them, what you see amidst this mass of rocks and boulders, tons of vines hanging down over a massive cave opening with complete darkness beyond it. You can only see, well, unless you were to get closer, about 10 feet into it based on where the sun is positioned currently.
This doesn't look like anything we need to be involved with. Let's just go around it.
They're right in front of where we need to go potentially.
I know, but those are the guys who hassled us earlier. But honestly,
I'm not saying save them anymore. I don't care. But
I mean,
but
we could also get them to quiet down, go pretend we're helping, and shove them other two in as well.
Ooh, that's sinister. I love that.
I'm not a fan of deceiving them. If you wish to,
I am.
Yeah. I was looking right at you when I said,
Okay, good.
if you wish to do that, then
Absolutely.
I'll let you guys take lead.
I'm actually kind of in favor of the whole watch and wait and watch kind of scenario. And
Yes.
See if they get the Yeti's attention.
I'm not very comfortable crouching like this for long.
Just lay down, Garron. I don't know why you're crouched. Like, you're too big for that. Just lay on the ground for it.
Can't be good for your knees.
Yeah, like
You're
it's
only
a bad
about-
posture.
You're only about maybe 30, 35 feet away from where they are, and it's only about maybe 20 to 25 feet to the entrance to this cave, and you hear a blood-curdling, growling scream come out of the cave. And then the ground begins to shake as this Yeti, 20-foot tall, giant white fur covered, blue fingers, like jet blue eyes, like big eyes bulging out of its head, completely bloodshot, just comes charging out of the cave. And without like even looking around at all, as you can see this kind of small-ish sword kind of like sticking up above its shoulder, so it must have gotten lodged like in a shoulder blade or something. Comes out, grabs a nearby boulder, and just hucks it at one of the outcasts that's in the pit currently, and it with a resounding just like lands on top of it, and the boulder begins to sink, and the other person who was next to him, it like is like starting to get pulled underneath the boulder as well. And the two that are standing there like take out weapons and start like firing arrows at the Yeti. The Yeti lets out another like bellowing call throughout the area here. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, lovely.
I doubt it, but is it against a spell?
It is not a spell.
Yeah.
All right, well, I failed that.
No. Ooh! Don't need it.
Actually, let's use this one.
Wow.
There's some nice rolls, except for one.
19, 19, 19.
Let's hope that's not it for us.
So Blackstar and Razir are the only ones that fail.
18 fails?
It does.
Wow.
Yes, it does. It does.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh.
Are either of you immune to fear?
No.
Oh,
Don't you have
yes.
advantage against fear?
Yes,
Or
I-
you're just straight up immune?
Razir's just
I
like,
am immune to fear.
staring at it.
Okay. So it has no effect on Razir either. Blackstar, this thing is terrifying, and you need to get out of here
my.
now.
I've got to go. Just hold them off for me.
Can I grab onto him? Like he was like right behind me, and I'm just like staring at this, and like you're not going anywhere.
Weren't you laying on the ground?
Oh yeah, I'm laying on the ground.
You grab his
Grab
foot.
his leg.
Grab his foot. Blackstar trips. Just like,
Blackstar, this was your idea.
and you're right
not
near
going
another
anywhere.
embankment, so he just like face plants into
Crawling.
the quicksand.
Well, I'll pull him out of the quicksand and put him on my chest.
Blackstar, you're now on Garron's chest.
More steamy,
You're so warm.
steamy moments.
I'm just trying to melt into his chest. Like, please, just hide me. I don't want to.
Keep me safe, big muscle
Blackstar,
man.
please don't try to melt into anything, because you might actually do it.
Oh yeah.
I might.
So after this bellowing cry, the Yeti does not seem to notice you guys, but the two individuals who were on the edge of the bank just turn and run into the jungle. They just run away from everything. The one guy who was left in the sand, his head is still above the sand that's there, but the boulder is like kind of like being pulled into the sand, but also kind of turning slightly onto him, and he's just being slowly crushed. He's probably got another round or two before he's gone.
He's going to suffocate.
That is not the. Well, I can't see anymore. I'm laying down on my back.
The Yeti kind of like turns around and goes back inside the cave.
So,
I think we found our answer.
do we draw him out and I web the entrance of the cave?
Yeah. I
Is
think
it gone? Is it okay now? Can I look around? I'm so frightened.
Yes, your fear is gone. Your fear is gone now.
Oh,
When I look at the cave, is there like a top of the cave? Like when the
There's a bit of a lip. The one of the, like two of the boulders are kind of like jutting out, maybe like a foot and a half above this, but it's it's just like stacked boulders on top of each other, creating this.
how big was this sword when we saw it?
The sword looked like it was for a normal person, so stuck into the back of a 20-foot tall, like not 10 foot wide, probably 8 foot wide creature. It's like almost like a little needle stuck in its you probably couldn't have actually seen it from your perspective, but I wanted to make that.
I
maybe
think I
we
understand
turned around
his
and walked
rage now.
in.
Like maybe when he threw the rock, we saw
Just
it.
kind of saw it. Yep. It does look like there's some localized I don't want to say callousing, but there's like a buildup of some kind of matter around where the sword is stuck in.
How wide is the cave entrance?
How about I bring you there and show you?
while this is happening, Blackstar kind of. All right, Garron, you
The map isn't
can let
loaded
go
for
of
me.
and I'm gonna sit up,
Let me just
and I will
reload.
do enhance ability on myself.
Okay. This battle map brought to you by WizKids.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm gonna do
this
Owl's
battle
wisdom.
map, you guys, is brought to you by. What did you just say? I didn't even hear it.
WizKids.
With kids.
WizKids. Get all your battle maps today.
Dwarven
Oh wait,
Forge.
enhance ability doesn't affect saving throws, does
It's
it?
ability check.
No, it just checks.
All right, never mind.
Ability
That
checks,
about it. Biscuits.
Um,
And gravy.
okay, so we
Great.
now see what we're up against, right, guys?
Oh, what
So-
crap is that?
Would that web still work?
Yep. Because it's a 20-foot cube, so we're good.
I mean, I don't understand.
Well,
what
as
you're
long as
talking
we're
about,
not
but I
just
trust you.
standing in this pit thing, I think
The
we.
fun thing about web is it's like you said, it's a cube, meaning if there's walls for it to stick to,
Yeah.
it could be
And
an act,
ceilings.
yeah. How tall is you said 25 feet up for
It's
the entrance to the cave?
it's about
25.
25 feet up.
Okay,
'cause he's
so
20
it
feet
would be
tall, so-
on the walls and sag a little in the middle.
Do I need to put it on the ground? No, I don't.
No,
I
you
can
don't
put
have
it
to.
on the top so we can walk around below it,
Oh yeah,
and he's the only one who's restrained.
that's true. Yeah,
The power
Yeah,
of
so he'd be-
ceilings!
running into cobwebs in his face.
Well, my two options are being some form of bait and taking most of the attention and hoping that you guys can take out the sword without me, or I noticed that there's a bit of a spot that I can potentially reach if I do some climbing and maybe jump on them as they come outside and try to reach the sword while not having to climb from scratch. But if you guys manage to make him fall, then that might make it a lot easier.
Yeah,
I think you're the only one might be able. Well, you and B2 might be the only one able to make him fall by like tripping him, shoving him.
Can I? Is that
Or-
I can shove something that's
Yeah, you
2
can
times
replace
my size?
I think you can only
up
shove
to
one
once-
size up.
one
Once
size
it
up,
hits
yeah.
2 sizes, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Well, if we can get him outside, then I could honestly probably pull him into the pit, which would immobilize him, right?
The
I
sand
could
pit?
also help with that. Or
But then we have to think
how-
about getting him. Well, he can get himself out once we get the
Well,
sword.
if we
out.
get the sword out, yeah, then that's all we really need to do.
He's on
Or
looking at this creature, having seen him now, he's on the small side of huge.
Yeah, so it's huge. Yeah, so it's
Just barely huge.
Yeah, I could use command and command him to lay on the ground, something like that.
You mentioned that he has to understand you in order for that to
Yeah.
work.
Would a Yeti count as an animal?
Um,
Only
I don't
one
think
that
it's
gets
I don't
you.
know.
I think-
Xander, would you know? Would Xander know that?
A Yeti is an animal? I mean,
Sander might know if he's read about,
I mean-
about Yetis. I don't know.
I'd probably know if I rolled for it.
Because then again, I did use speak
But-
with animals to speak with fays, being unicorns and the cat.
That's true.
Yes.
This is true.
Let's see. Can I roll to find out if I'd know? Or no?
Sure. Make a history check.
19.
I can pull anything 10 feet closer to me. Doesn't matter what size.
Out of 19, Yetis aren't really. All I'll say is that you know, or something inside of you tells you that Yetis are not animals.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah. It was a stretch.
Yetis are not beasts.
She did say, didn't she also
I beg
say
to
he was
differ.
enlightened? Like she.
Yeah, he's
That is true.
usually intelligent. Just the
But he's not himself currently.
the sore in his back is driving him mad. Right. So we've got the option of trapping him in the cave, or at the entrance of the cave.
At the entrance.
Them webs. Then you might be able to jump down on him from there, or we could try and set up some sort of traps with these trees out here and draw them out.
I think
But-
those are some valid options. I don't. Which one do you think would have the highest chance of succeeding, though? Or I guess in terms of your capabilities,
Or should we go into the cave? I don't really want to fight around this pit.
that's a good point. But then we have no information about the cave itself or what's
Yeah, that's
inside.
true.
So once we go in there, if we are caught off guard, then we're just in it. We have to improvise.
You're so smart.
Also,
Gavin.
Also,
like,
with that,
when it comes to
you
combat.
you got scared of that fella in the head, but he chucked a boulder at the one guy in the pit, and if he could see in that cave, I don't want boulders flying at me from the darkness.
Maybe he doesn't have any boulders.
Wait.
inside. Maybe he keeps all his
Darkness.
boulders outside the cave because they clutter the space.
Wait, you're almost able to see in the cave.
Yeah.
120.
Oh, I have 150, so I can
150?
actually-
Jesus.
I can see like 10 feet more than everybody else into the dark.
Yeah, you can go. You can go all the way across the map.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm fine with the idea of taking it. Actually, no, I'm not fine with taking it to inside the cave. It just seems like if there was a way to scout.
Also,
it doesn't seem like any
out
of
here,
our,
we can
I mean,
we can spread out a bit more.
yeah, it just
True.
doesn't seem
Well-
like our strong suit to scout.
I
mean, no offense.
I can
guys.
scout. I got this, and don't worry about it. Let's
I
make a
don't-
trap outside.
I
I
don't
love that.
agree
can-
with this.
I can
You
send-
were the first person to run away when he
That's
showed
because
up.
he scared me. I was startled, but now I'm fresh. I feel good. I just creep on in there, you know.
I mean,
like,
If the roar is what scared you, you shove some moss in your ear, maybe kind of tune it out or something.
would that
Wouldn't
work?
that interfere with his spellcasting?
I don't think so. I don't need to hear myself. You guys can hear. I mean, as long as someone else
Can you
I don't need.
can
to
you
hear myself.
stay in tune if you can't hear yourself?
Oh, excuse Razia. That is
No,
the
'cause-
most offensive thing you've ever.
Rules
asked.
wise, I'm pretty sure you need to make a roll if you're deafened to cast spells with verbal components.
All right, rules guy.
I mean, rules wise, the DM can decide what we do. So DM.
Can decide. I was reading something. What
Oh,
did you
sorry.
say?
Felix was
I mean, the
bringing
The
up
deafened
that.
condition just says they just fail
Can't
ability
hear.
checks that require hearing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Um,
Felix was mentioning a rule that apparently exists. That if someone is deafened, a spellcaster, that they have to roll to see if they can even succeed at casting something. I assume because they can't
Spells
hear
with verbal
themselves.
components. Yeah.
That's rules as written.
No, I thought I saw that somewhere, but I might have
I
misinterpreted that.
don't believe I've ever read that anywhere.
Yeah, no.
If there-
homebrew thing.
If there's like
it only says when you're silenced, not when you're deafened.
An area of silence, because then you can't use verbal components. Yeah.
Your voice is not even coming out. Anyways, all in favor for
Let's set up a trap out here.
the
Let's see if we can.
jumping on it.
I can have Java Scout as well if we want to. Like,
Your little
Aren't you
beast
tired
friend.
of killing your pet yet?
I mean,
You've killed
That
that
seems
pet?
so
no,
cold.
he's not.
Like you just constantly send them into danger.
But did Java actually ever?
Java has never died.
Yeah.
Not that we've seen, but I don't know how you were when you first learned how to summon him. The poor thing might have drowned a few times. I'm not sure.
Back then he was always inside, so I doubt
Oh,
he had
that's
many
right.
opportunities.
I forgot your sheltered lives with your silver spoons. All right, well then, let the fox do the dirty work.
How are we? If
I-
we
I also here's my other contribution since I've been absent. I can if we're talking about like having you get on his back and try and force him into a certain direction, or like you want to try and keep that element of surprise, I also have Dimension Door, where we could get up behind
what
him.
does that mean?
So basically, I can just, as long as it's a point ahead of me,
Doesn't even need to be ahead.
Oh, well, yeah. As long as it's a point, I could go up to 500 feet in any direction, and theoretically, we could like get behind.
But
Yeti.
the problem with that is if you say, I want to be 500 feet that way, but you'd be in a wall, the spell just fails.
Right. Oh yeah. No, that's why we do the scouting first.
So could you get me on its back, or
I-
at least get me on the top of that cave?
Theoretically, yeah, it could.
But then how would you get down? Or would you
I
just stay up
wouldn't.
there?
I would
Jumps off.
just stay up. I'd just stay up there. I'm a long range kind of guy anyway.
Okay.
I also, my other two things that I have, if we're going violent, I have the Psychic Lance, where if he fails a certain magical saving throw, he would
So
get
Tim can't go edit,
incapacitated.
the stat block before we execute into battle.
He would get
Tim,
Yeah.
just go by the name Psychic Lance.
he would
Obviously, it targets Constitution saves.
Exactly.
he would get
Yeah, totally.
he would get incapacitated, and then we could just try and grab the sword that way. And then I
What is
also do this thing where I can freeze like a person or a creature for
Oh, that's
Like-
right.
up to 6 seconds. I can do it 5 times, but I need them to like basically fail a magical saving throw every time.
Okay. That sounds
Everybody else
in,
has seen me do it.
in
That's-
combination with the
Question of
web.
clarification,
Huh.
Tim. The sword that we saw on his back, did it have a crossguard of some sort?
Yes. As a hilt.
You thought maybe push
And
it
a
through,
crossguard.
is that it?
A crossguard? Okay. So, all those sound like good options. I also have in my possession something I have not used yet, or in a long while. I have an immovable rod, and I can misty step. So I
Just to step
while
on
the
his
thing is
back,
moving,
place the.
and he pulls
yeah.
it out himself,
Oh.
It's tricky.
potentially,
I like that idea. That's
or using it to trip it somehow, be near its feet while it's moving, and just kind of put it in front of its feet and turn it on, watch it trip.
That seems a lot hard. Well, not the
That
second
does
half.
seem a lot harder.
The second half sounds interesting.
I like
as
the
in-
first part. That sounds great.
The first part
I
though
can-
sounds more difficult.
Yes,
To
I can also
achieve.
do it while invisible
Oh.
because I
Hmm.
can do that.
How long can you be invisible for?
Couple minutes, a minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour.
Improve
What
is
it?
1 minute.
Greater invisibility is a minute.
While you're having this conversation, you do hear the Yeti coming back out of the
Get down, get
cave.
down.
Everybody kind of like drops low and gets behind some of the bushes, behind a tree. It comes kind of lumbering out and kind of like reaches back up and kind of scratches at where the sword is and just kind of like shakes its jowls, and a bunch of drool just goes everywhere. and walks over to the edge of the quicksand and like jumps up on top of the boulder that it threw at the person and like leans down over the side and plunges its massive arm and hand down into the quicksand and pulls out a wriggling unconscious person who was being pulled under through the sand, and just like pulls the person up and just tears its top from shoulders up off, blood going everywhere, and it just like
Attack on Titan flashbacks.
eating it, just kind of like sitting on top of the boulder, just kind of looking out at the jungle, this huge like scowl, protruding forehead slightly as the fur is kind of matted and now bloodied as it's running down his chin.
He's just like that one Patrick.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to wait now.
No, this is the perfect opportunity.
Or we
we were
wait
supposed to use web in order
the
to
entrance of the
stop
cave.
at the entrance when he comes out. So now he's already out. We can think of a new
Wait.
plan, but we can't use the plan we just had.
Or we wait until he goes back in, and
Yeah.
then I web up as he goes through.
No, waiting seems like such a long time.
I'd like all of you to make
Yeah,
a
and
stealth check.
looks
please.
like getting eaten
I was
is gonna be quick.
whispering. Dang it.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna fail this one, guys. Sorry.
Time to improvise.
Oh,
Time to improv. Why am I? What? All right, I was whispering, so I'm clearly, the dice believe me.
That's funny. Jason
You called it.
before you even rolled it.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me just.
That is a nat 20 on that
Yeah.
black star
It
there.
is.
Almost a nat 20 on Garrett.
I'm very, very
I
sneaky.
hope he rolls like he has like a really low perception and rolls below like 2 or 3 rather.
Can. Oh. Interesting.
We love when the DM says that.
It's just that like I was saying, the character sheets are so screwed up, so like it's hard.
Yeah.
Using
Oh yeah.
it. Wow. So kind of like looks out and just kind of eating this person
Everyone
who
be
was
prepared.
alive, and just kind of like splattering blood all over the sand that's there, and looks out. And Xander, you instinctively have a little bit of a tickle under your nose.
No.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Xander lets out a very muted sneeze. It's a sneeze.
Yes.
And it like looks up, looks out towards the jungle that's there. You guys see it kind of like looking directly in like towards you.
I'm gonna move. Oh, try. Oh no, I'm not. Dang it. Ugh.
I'm going to 30 feet off to one direction, whichever side I'm on. So I guess left side. Wait, where am I? I'm right in
Actually,
the middle.
I'm
Perfect.
going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unpause it. Although I'm not expecting you to go moving your tokens all over because it is a semi.
It's just right in the cave. Look at him. He's off. He's running.
He's gone.
We'd probably be over like behind this rock or something, right?
I think I'm going to activate my ring. Oh no, I don't need to because I already have 5
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Never mind.
Oh my lord.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
That's a big lad.
That's a big lady.
One large boy.
Um,
So off to the side.
which side? Left or right?
Well, now I'm on the right side. So right
He
side,
moved himself.
30 feet
Big boy.
there-ish. I'm going to. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to summon Spara. And I'm going to have him make a little noise and then run off in that direction.
Can you tell me the noise that Sparrow makes?
Horse noise.
I don't think the
Is
other
there
two
a horse in here now?
the
That
other
was so
two-
authentic.
the other two have not seen or heard about Sparrow. I don't think at this
So
point.
I have a horse that I can summon at will as my familiar. It is a bit pale and kind of matches me. Actually, I'm not going to have it run off to the side. I'm going to have it run into the cave.
Sacrifice. Nice. I like it.
As the Yeti kind of like, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. And then just, yeah. It's running off into the cave. Just awaken
Hopefully
in.
that gets its attention.
So the Yeti like kind of gets up and takes the bloodied body in its hand and continues munching on it and like steps down off the boulder. Back, I know there's no boulder in the center of this sand pit, but it's fine. Steps to like here and like looks over in Sparrow's direction and just kind of like watches it as it goes into the cave. And you see, for the first time, even though you've just seen this creature for the first time like 10 minutes ago, a bit of intelligence in it, but because of the bloodshot eyes, it looks like he's like sick, like he's like sickly, like he's not slept in weeks, right? But he's like squints at it, and instead of like bellowing or like running after it, it just looks back out into the forest and squints even further, and then slowly begins to make its way around. Let me before I make that exact determination, let me make a roll real quick.
Guys, it's not looking like our plan will get a chance.
I mean, if he's close to the trees, I could web up one of the between the trees.
Begins
I think it would be
slowly making its way this way.
Blackstar's gonna scamper off behind this tree over here.
I'm going to like do this maneuver.
Combat crawl.
Yeah,
Command
over here. I'm hoping my 22 stealth
I'll move
continues.
closer to my brother.
Because I can move 40 feet.
So you guys are all like military, like on the ground, like kind of like making your way through all the underbrush, trying to make a whole lot of noise, or you're just crouched down really low and just trying to like.
Blackstar's just low to
Skid
the
rig
ground,
over.
like
I'm
scream.
gonna look at B2 and make sure you stick with me. That's all I'll say.
Okay. So it continues moving over. I would like, as you're skittering, because you were all, how'd you roll stealth when you were all like sitting still, essentially, right? Xander sneezed. You were all still sitting still, but now you've all scattered, albeit in an attempted stealthy way, but I would like one more stealth check from the group, please, for this.
Oh, did you do that to Garron?
I didn't move.
So you were behind this boulder talking to them from behind the boulder the whole entire time.
I mean, we weren't all just out in the open, were we? We were somewhat hid behind. I
Behind, like,
assumed
a
we were
bush.
behind some.
We were like, yeah, we
There's like a
whatever
bush in this.
whatever bush we were. Okay. I figured we were just over there. So yeah, I'm still hiding behind the bush.
Okay.
Not moving yet.
Okay, so you don't need to roll then. I don't know. Maybe Razir needs to sneeze.
I don't.
No, he doesn't.
I specifically don't. Because I don't have to breathe, so I don't sneeze.
You know, I
Thank
had
you very much.
everybody roll the first time when they were all sitting still, and you're still sitting still, and
Yeah,
your
'cause we
roll
were
from
talking.
before was 21. Okay, good enough. Let's just go ahead and check on this real quick. Wow.
Natural one, yeah, that's crazy.
Nope, it did not roll a natural one.
I will
No, it did
say to
not.
Louise as he starts to move, just try and get that web on him if you can.
Yeah, that was the idea. That's why I moved closer.
As you guys are all skittering into place, it lets out another bellowing roar. And then immediately begins charging. It doesn't seem to know exactly where you are, but it heard something. And now it's just running into the woods in the direction of where the four of you are over here. And so it's running forward. Looks like it's running up to tear the bushes apart and try to find you. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
Don't forget to select your token.
I haven't even created the
Oh.
encounter yet.
Yes.
I forgot.
Now I have.
Oh,
I don't have advantage on this yet. Dang it.
Ooh,
Okay, yes.
Xander's ready to go.
Ready to run.
I sneezed.
Oh,
Jeez.
let me click this button again. Where am I?
If any of them are incorrect, let me know and I can edit them.
Mine is incorrect now.
5. What is it?
It's 23 instead of 21.
We're missing.
My .18. You stolen my .18. Make everybody else have
Who we're
that.
missing? We're missing B2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you rolled before. He has a 19, I believe. Yeah, 19.
Yep, I have a 19. I forgot to highlight my guy.
Oh, Dex battle with the Yeti and Garron.
No.
What's Garen's modifier?
His modifier is 2. He's a 14 dex, so not the most dexterous person.
Oh, more than the Yeti.
Hey. Well, yeah, I could have figured that out.
Okay, we didn't settle on a plan.
It's,
Well-
do what you can at this point. It's coming.
All right.
All
Yeah.
ideas are good ideas.
Alright,
I'm
Xander.
still gonna try to do my plan and get on its back. That's
This
all I
thing
know.
is heading in your direction. Not directly at you per se, but it's heading in your direction for sure.
All right. I gotta make a call here. Hold on. Here's my call.
I would have to dash.
Yeah, no. All right, so I'll save that for next turn. For now, I'm gonna just cast. I'm gonna do a little bit of haste. On Garron.
Oh,
No more dash.
So yeah, I'll give Garron a little bit of haste.
we.
Uh,
Can I put something on myself to?
you do. You get it.
Okay,
Tim,
thank you.
Tim has something, I think.
Yep, I put it on there for you.
And then that's my action. Do I even have bonus action spells? No. All right, then that's the end of my. I'm gonna move. I'm getting away. Or wait, he doesn't know we're here, right? He's just looking.
You
don't
know,
think
he's-
you know
we
that
don't know.
direction.
We just know he's coming in our direction.
All right, yeah.
He thinks something's there.
Bye bye.
I just want to point out that I was really proud of how the vines turned out on the rocks at the northern part of the map, by the way.
Yeah, they look good.
Oh, it looks sick.
Because all those vines are individually placed in like 1-inch increments on it to get it to look the way that it does.
Yeah.
All right, so sorry to take away from that. Xander does like hastes Garron. It's just like a little flourish.
There's berries on the map.
There are berries on the map. Yep. And then Xander just quickly
Oh, yeah.
heads past B2. Do you say
Yep.
anything to
I remember
B2
this
on the way?
feeling.
On the way by?
Uh,
Or are you just kind of silent? Just
no, I mean I'm definitely running, and it's more of a kind of like, help, you know. I don't want to be
Muscle
any
guys,
closer-
get
I
in
don't
front of
wanna
him.
Be any closer to that thing than I have to be. So
all right. Razir.
Yeah. Well, wait. How many spell slots do I have? Ooh, I still only have 2. Okay, that's a choice I'll have to make. I'm gonna.
Didn't you have all your spell slots? Oh no, you cast.
I have. No, that's not a spell
You
slot. I
do?
just have 2 spell slots.
Yeah.
I thought
as
you
a-
had 3 at that level.
No, it's like
Nope.
10 to 11.
Don't warlock. I thought warlocks
Yeah,
only
fair.
have 2 the whole time.
We have
I'm at
4.
three.
You
Yeah.
get,
Sure,
you get
wow.
up to 4.
Short
It
rest.
takes a minute before you actually get to that.
That's my Baldur's Gate 3
11th
showing.
level. Yeah, 11th level is when I get my 3rd slot.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if this guy's immune to fear. I could just shoot him.
He seems. He seems very hell bent on doing whatever he
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah. Darn. I'm going to. Ooh. I like that idea. Okay, I'm gonna prep something. I am going to. I would like to pull out a rope that I have, a section of rope. Quickly. I don't want a full 50-foot rope, but like a couple of pulls, so it's a few feet long. Cut it off and start tying it. And as I'm tying it, I want to cast darkness on it.
You can cast it on an
So
object.
yes, you can. I want to cast darkness on it. There's no roll I need to make since it's not on an enemy. So it casts darkness, and I'm tying it into a slip knot, so that
Oh wow!
I can put it on something and pull it, and it would tighten around the thing.
So like it's got a hoop to it, so you could throw it over something, and then when you pull it, it'll tighten up. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Or if
But
something
in the
steps
meantime-
into the loop, then you could pull it tight. Either way.
However, I end up
Yep.
using it, but I have this 10-foot
And-
long maybe section of rope.
So you cast darkness on it, and
With a
darkness
loop.
is a spell that is like a big radius,
15-foot radius sphere. So a bubble of darkness just appears in these bushes.
Hmm. Well-
I am going to. Ooh, I don't like that. I'm gonna move in the cover of darkness. A good 30. What's my movement? 30 feet that way.
Why is this not?
And
So I'm assuming that zone will follow you, or you left the rope
yes,
Stays
Okay.
on the rope.
it stays with the rope. I'm carrying the rope with me for the moment.
This is a big, giant, dark blob just moving through the forest now.
Yeah, literally just a bubble of darkness. The dome of darkness is shifting across the ground in the bushes, weirdly. And you know what? I'm just going to do it because it'll give me more temp HP. I'm going to do my form of dread while I'm in the darkness.
Okay, I've put a template
Go
underneath
to-
you there, so
Yep.
that's that
Alright, so
circle
I go
that
up
everybody
to
should be able to see.
Yep.
14 temp HP instead of 5.
So this like of darkness appears in the bushes and then begins to move away from the bush itself. Okay, so that's what you do. You have the rope in your hand. Your darkness is all around you, but you can see perfectly into it. I believe Xander can also
Xander can.
see
through it.
but nobody else can, right?
Correct.
So you're
As far
essentially
as I know, unless Black Star's picked
just
up
hidden
Devil's Sight.
in there.
Nope.
Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that'll be all I do. I have the slip knot on one side and then make a general loop on the other, just in case.
Sure. Okay. At the end of your turn, Brr'eve is going to use a legendary action to,
Great.
at disadvantage, throw a massive boulder in the direction of the moving darkness.
Where's he pulling this boulder out of? I call foul.
His butt. He pooped it out.
Oh man, he keeps the boulder.
Oh, it's not a boulder. It's just a really
Well, it
hard
could
turd.
still be a boulder.
Got a butt boulder.
But boulder. Wait,
I stuffed 10
I
boulders.
was-
sorry,
I
Tim.
was-
Might cross the line, but is it a butt plug?
I take
trying
that
to
back.
get around the thing.
That won't work because it is a saving throw and not an attack roll, so he cannot see you, so he cannot throw the boulder at you. So he will not
Heck
Cool.
use his legendary action. He will not use that legendary
Okay.
action. He will instead use his other legendary action, which is
Assuming
leap.
it's
I mean, he doesn't-
jumping. Yep.
he doesn't
I
have to.
called it. It was jumping.
Let's
dare.
see, where is...
It's only like 5 feet, right? He'd only leap like a step
Yeah,
forward.
he's not really he has really strong arms but really wimpy legs.
He
skips
slips, the
like
ground
there.
slips under him, and he doesn't really go very far. He just kind of face plants, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is...
I can't move that template.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. I take everything back. B2, it's your turn.
Fair enough. I think B2 sees Xander run by. You go, and I'll turn to Garron. I'll be the bait. And B2 is going to dash, and I'm gonna move out here in the open, and just kind of ting ting, like hitting my glaive against my arm to draw its focus.
Okay.
I love the idea of Garron saying, "Stick with me," but B2's faster than him, so he just like, I got it. he books it.
Okay, so you're the first person to run out into the open, and by the way, where you've positioned B2 is right on the cusp of being in the quicksand, so you're not in it, but you're right on the edge of where the sand pit
Bless you.
is.
Bless you. Thank you. Okay.
So you just kind of like sit there, and you said you beat your fist on your shield or your arm or something.
Let
Right.
my glaive against my arm. Yeah.
What does B2 say? Is he yell anything? I want to hear B2's and trying to antagonize the Yeti.
Ooh, yeah. Come, face your death. You
Give me an inch.
Wait, B2,
You
we're
get-
not killing him!
That's right. That's what he's gonna say. He said, "You gave me an inch."
And I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah, and I will take it.
That's amazing. Okay.
And yeah, I think like being that B2 doesn't have anything else to do. That's just kind of what he would do. So that's it.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
At the end
Half
of your
the
turn,
fighter.
Brr'eve is going to use two legendary actions to leap at this point. He is going to leap to here, directly in front of B2. This massive, towering, Yeti-like creature, and I don't know whether or not B2 would be afraid of this. Probably not, knowing B2.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's actually really cool, this robot. I almost envision a smile coming over B2's face as this giant lumbering thing whoop, like shakes the ground. As it shakes the ground, I need B2 to make a strength saving throw.
Absolutely.
Do it, you strong guy.
Make your dreams
Be too strong.
Yeah.
That is a success. You feel the ground shake underneath you, the sand kind of like moving a bit all around you, but you hold steady and are not knocked prone or moved at all. That is that. Garron, this giant creature has jumped in front of your friend. You cannot even see B2 right now. One of the legs is... Yep. You don't know what happened
Back
to him.
you.
I'm gonna look.
See him between the legs from time to time going, woohoo!
I'm gonna look at Louise, and I'll be counting on you. And I'm gonna try to.
Sorry, it's not my turn yet!
I'm gonna try to. I want to climb this tree and try to see if I can jump on its back. I don't know how tall this tree is, though. That's the thing.
All of these trees are probably like 40 feet tall, approximately.
Oh, that's. Is there a branch approximately at the height of the Yeti, or is it just?
I mean, it's like it had to like duck down under one underneath of the branches that are a little bit lower on the tree itself to get to. Oh no, it didn't run. It jumped. It like grabbed onto one of the branches and pulled off some of the leaves on the way by, like a kid does to a plant out in the garden. Just kind of like rips off some of the leaves and casts them to the side before it hits the ground. But yeah, it's you. To answer your question, you could get up into this tree. Do you have a climbing speed?
How do I check that?
If you click on your like walking speed, like so if you click on it, it should show all the different movement speed you have.
I just see walking speed.
Yeah, so you don't have a climbing speed. Yeah.
So you
no,
move
I
at
don't.
half movement to climb something.
That's great. I'm hasted, so I'm hoping that can get me the way.
So basically your normal speed.
You're like one of those speed rock climbers. You're just like flying up the wall.
Because
All right.
my normal speed would be 80.
So the base of the tree, there aren't really any branches. They start maybe like 15 feet off the ground, right? In certain areas. It is definitely possible for you to climb this because it's standy and you're a barbarian and you can do cool things. I will ask for a athletics check to do this.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
because
rage and kind of like stick my fingers in while climbing.
Awesome. So because you're doing that, I'm going to give you advantage on your athletics check. Climb the tree.
We
I
love
mean,
creativity.
rage gives him advantage.
Just leave him alone.
He did a really cool description of forcing his fingers into the side of this tree. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to
I was-
reward it in
I
some
wasn't
way.
gonna say
It's not because he
anything.
raged, but yeah, I mean, hey.
You rage, you still would have got it.
I
How do I-
yeah.
Where's the?
Is it Control or Alt
Shift.
or Shift for advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, at least he doesn't mind, but he should show you like a green
Okay.
dice.
No, it's the
If I
right
fail this, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay. Oh, double
duality
18.
of D&D though. You
Ooh,
can get 2
damn.
advantages and have a nat,
Roll
2 nat
ones.
27. You are an animal climbing this tree. You are
1
just
in 400.
up this thing. Get up there. Let's just kind of figure out what. So how much movement do you have total with your haste?
I have 80.
Okay. It's yeah. Okay. You run over to the tree and you're just and then you go to the edge of the branch and then you're like and you jump off and you just go into the back of the
Yeah, this is very Garron.
Very Attack on Titan
Yeah.
now.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna give
Okay.
a little look at before I jump at B2, but like I'm following what he's doing, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump and hopefully
that's
land
such
on
a
his
good
back.
visual. This Yeti like lands in front of B2, and then in the tree, the branches above, B2 just looks up and sees Garron just kind of like tiptoeing to the end of the branch. I mean, or running to the end of the
Running,
branch,
yeah.
stopping and like waving down at B2, and then jumping out down this-
I mean, B2 standing there stoic with his glaive.
Great.
So yeah.
Renaissance.
So do I
baby.
make
Yeah.
another one for?
No, you will carry over your
okay.
27. So you land on its back. We'll say you land on its left shoulder. So the sword is in its right shoulder.
Gotcha.
So we're going to go ahead and move you to here.
Gotcha.
That's fine.
I don't.
So
I wouldn't have any more movement probably after that. Or could I try to make my way like almost like using the hairs to shimmy over, kind of like in those video games where you have to
Move
be in a
Shadow
corner.
15.
Colossus.
Shadow
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
Colossus, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and then 20. You've moved 55 feet currently
Even with the
of your
double-
80. Yeah. You've moved 55 of your 80 feet.
Yeah, so if I can.
Oh, you don't have a climbing speed, so it's half.
be
It
half
doesn't
again.
matter. You only need 5 feet to get to where the sword is, and you have 5 feet, so you're good. We're not going to sit here
Yeah.
and talk about movement and all that stuff for too long.
And
So
yeah,
5 feet over, you're on its back, and it's just like
it's like,
starts like trying to go. I mean, it's not its turn.
don't worry, big guy. We'll get you out of this. And I'm gonna try. I'm not expecting it to succeed right away, but I'm gonna try to pull, and see what happens
All right.
if I try to pull the sword out.
So, like anybody in the world who's grabbed on to Excalibur, I don't know why I couldn't remember that name, and
I was really weird.
It's not a very
I was like-
popular story, so
oh man, trying to grab onto the sword. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
I get that at advantage because I'm raging.
Yeah, he does.
I don't.
Barbarians.
We'll see how well that goes for me, but yeah, okay. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, never mind. That one's better.
22.
I feel like it's
So-
not enough.
You strain, and everybody who's like, whether it's B2 or anybody who's looking up at the Yeti, everyone's focused on it right now, sees Garron, this immensely muscular half orc, jump up onto the back of this Yeti, letting out this war cry and grabbing onto the sword shoved into the back of this creature. And you see all of the muscles bulge up the arms, the shoulders, everything tenses with every fiber of his being to pull this sword free from the Yeti, and it doesn't budge.
Yeah.
Did he use his hasted action?
No.
No. I mean,
You
wouldn't
could
that
try
be?
again.
I thought that was an attack action. I
No,
thought.
not necessarily. You can do
If
like
you use it for an attack,
disengage.
you only get one. You can
Yeah.
use it for other things.
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
basically,
interesting.
the only thing you can do is like cast spells with it.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So try again.
If you're cool with that, Tim, yeah, I'll try
mean,
that
it's-
again.
It's your action, yeah.
So yeah, basically, Garron's like, and then he's gonna try again.
And
'Cause it didn't work out.
just so that you're aware, and because Garron would be aware after trying, like you really, really, really tried to
Yeah, that
pull
was-
this out, and it did not budge at all. Like you felt like something moved, but maybe it was just that you were pulling so strongly that you were causing the muscles on the
Ooh.
back of the Yeti to like convulse and try to like you're pulling the muscle out of the Yeti instead of pulling the sword out of the Yeti, right? That's how much you strain. I'm not saying that it's impossible. All I'm saying is that it's really in there.
It's not very hard.
Do it.
Can I?
Full send.
I'm not trying to throw you off. You go ahead.
No,
just
no,
go.
no.
You
I'm
already
still-
said
I'm
you were
still
going to do
gonna-
it again. You can do it
I'm still
again.
gonna do it. I'm
Okay.
still doing it again.
Yep.
I just want to know if would it be an action to inspect the callus in general, like the calloused area. If so, then I'm
If
just gonna
you wanted
stick
to
with
make a
pulling
close investigation check to try to get more information from this, I would say that would probably take another action. Yes.
Well, I said I was gonna pull, so I'm gonna pull again. See what happens.
All right. With advantage because you're raging.
Mm-hmm. Where is? Oh, yeah. Okay. It's better, but I still don't think it's enough.
It is better.
It is better by 1. Unfortunately, it's not enough.
Yeah. I don't think this is working. And I'm done after that.
You do get the sense that if the creature in question, or at least the body in question, were positioned differently, that you'd be able to maneuver it differently to be able to pull it free, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I will scream that out somehow really quickly, and I'm gonna end my turn. I can't think of it right now.
If this body was positioned differently, then
I'm hasted, so maybe.
Okay.
But no one understands me. So
Except for Xander. Xander would still probably pick it up.
At
Yeah,
the end of your turn, Garron, it is going to use its final legendary action. And it is going to throw a boulder at B2, which
close range. This guy.
Range attack.
it is. It's
something
it's
to-
not a ranged attack. It's just a saving throw. I need B2 to make a dexterity saving throw.
B2.
And it's like right there, and it just like takes this boulder and just like right on top of you of B2, just
Like,
obliterating you into the ground. 13 is not a success, unfortunately.
imagine not.
So you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of cold damage as the boulder hits the ground, and the Yeti's hand that's on it causes these small little ice crystals to out from the boulder itself, giving you a little bit of cold damage. That was the end of its legendary action. It is now Brr'eve himself's turn.
His turn. Yep.
You guys are all still hidden. The only two people that he sees is Garron and B2. And this
That's our job.
darkness. The darkness that's over here.
We're doing our job,
so
B2.
Technically, you're not grappling it. You are just in its space.
Yeah, I'm just holding on to it. There's no way I can grapple this thing.
Yeah, you can't grapple something 2 sizes bigger.
It'd be fun to see if like B2 and me could somehow manage to grapple him by holding both his legs, but yeah.
We see 2 characters fly through the field goal post. Splat against the cave wall.
Yeah, so this whole time Garron is just trying and trying and trying to pull this thing out.
So the Yeti is going to reach behind, because this is how I'm going to handle the fact that you're not grappling it, but you're on top of it, but you're like in its space, and it technically can move away from you, even though you're on top of it.
Just
Kind
takes
of.
him with him.
Kind of. Right. So it's going to attempt to remove you from its back,
Okay.
or to just kind of shed you off while it's walking away from where B2 is, because it's trying
Hold
to
on
do
to the
something
sword
else.
to maybe.
So I need you to
Take it
make
out that way.
I need you to make a strength saving throw to not fall off as it runs.
Oh, I don't have the
violently
advantage on
shakes
those things.
to get you off of it.
Strength saving throw?
No, I only checks. Well, I'm just gonna double
you
check.
do on saving throws.
I
don't
will double
rage.
check.
Yeah,
thought it was-
strength checks and saving throws.
Ah, you are correct. I am wrong. Why would I doubt you guys? Okay, cool.
Get out, nerd.
Well, then that's awesome.
Okay.
Oh no, I needed that before.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Well,
well.
tell the story.
Yeah, that's true. You do manage to stay on it, and it is going to move away from B2. B2, you get an attack for opportunity if you wish to take it.
Yeah, maybe try to keep its focus.
It actually wasn't going to move that far away. It was going to move like 5 feet, so
Then-
it's going to go to here.
Well, then
he's with his glaive, right?
yeah, I can't take my opportunity then.
oh,
He's still within his
It's a pro
reach.
master.
okay.
Yeah.
It really was just trying to it's moving as it's trying to shake Garron off of it. Is really what its purpose
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Okay, so because it it turns its head trying to look at Garron on its back, but it can't quite get its head around enough to see Garron standing up on its shoulder like that. It's like no, and so because it
get that
realizes that it
advantage.
cannot see Garron and it literally cannot see anyone else either, all it can see is B2. It looks at B2, just stares directly at B2, and there's this its eyes kind of light up this strange bright blue color. And I need B2 to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my god. I'm gonna just. Can I go behind him and just be like, no?
Guess who?
Yes, dude.
18 is a success
Nice.
for this particular thing.
A chunky
Yeah.
robot.
So B2's pretty
and-
healthy compared to as on the level of Garron. Maybe not
that's
so
pretty
superhuman, but he's got his own feats.
Well, he's got 2.
So you feel this incredible cold sensation come over your body, but you manage to shrug it off, and there's no effect that happens. In fact, all of your limbs begin to tighten up as though there was this deep freeze coming over your metallic body, but it does not take hold. And the creature, Brr'eve,
Drake is anti-freeze.
looks down at you angrily, "Whoa," it's gonna smash the ground or smash you because it's so angry that it didn't work. And so it then turns and is going to leave your
reach.
your reach, and you will get an attack of opportunity. It's going to run dash, or not. It doesn't have a dash, but it's going to run.
The blackness.
hey now.
Through the darkness we go.
Oh yeah, no, it's heading
You're an
straight
all-star.
for the darkness,
Hey now.
right into the center of it. We'll go ahead and move Garron over here. Yep, it is now technically in melee with Brazier.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow, 28. No, 28 doesn't hit. Of course it hits.
you just miss.
Just miss. Oh no.
Uh-huh. That'd be pretty ridiculous.
Ooh,
Be
low damage.
terrifying. We'd leave.
I would run away. I would not fight that thing.
12
we would
points of
have to
damage.
You have Sentinel, right? So he doesn't get to move anymore.
I believe that's
cannot.
Garron.
Wait, no, I think he's playing around.
Okay.
I wish. Stay away from the bubble.
That was the end of Brr'eve's turn. His legendary actions come back. Black Star.
All right, great.
So, from where, just to clarify, from where he's positioned, he's on the edge of the darkness bubble. He might be getting his face into it if he was turned the right way.
Do you want to turn him? I'll just move
So,
over here.
just for the purpose of Garron's not in the darkness yet, and his back is out.
Oh, I can't move
Because
because it's not
if
my
he was
turn.
running
Gotcha.
towards darkness, or you could do that.
Black Star's gonna
Move this to this.
run off this way.
So his face is in it, and so he is technically he's 20 feet tall. He said it's a 15-foot.
Yeah, he's good.
He's looming at the edge of the bubble, basically.
Right, but
Yeah.
he's not blinded.
Well,
The Yeti's not blinded.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct. I just for Garron can still
Mhm.
see. Everybody else can still see the Yeti.
Black Star will do Hexblade's Curse on the Yeti.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna look at him and be like, "You're bigger than I thought you were." And then he reaches out with his other hand and an arc of flame bursts from his hand and just kind of wreathes the Yeti. It doesn't do him any damage, but it's just effectually just kind of limbing him in a glow, and then I'm gonna run off this way, that way, away from him because I don't like him. He's big. And then I will just cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Blast!
First one,
Eldritch Blast.
25,
That's-
and second one will be
Cough.
18.
Wait, he's blinded, so you have advantage on those.
He's not
He's
blinded.
not blinded.
Oh no,
not
right?
blinded.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
18
I
hits.
just saw the icon
Okay.
for the eye, and I was like, wait, what?
So both hit.
No,
So the
he's
first
marked.
one's
That's marked.
damage
Yeah, I realized afterward.
is
18 did
8.
hit.
8 points of damage.
Right.
What?
18 did hit. I missed that.
It,
Yeah,
it did
18
hit,
hit.
yes.
Okay.
And then when it hits him, as the Eldritch Blast connects with the limbing fire outline, like they connect and it kind of pulls him 10 feet towards me.
Oh.
Oh.
I regret
Oh.
my actions.
That pulls him out of my range. So,
It's forced movement.
It is
oh
forced.
yeah, it's force movement. Never mind.
And then the
Keep trying to
second
pull
one,
Baron,
oh,
I
and then
can't.
that's not
Could you
8, it's
imagine if that
11
provoked?
points of damage.
Oh, that'd be so.
It's 11 points, you said?
Yeah, and then the second one does 17 points of damage.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Yeah, so
because
my Hex Blade's
Hex
curse
Blade,
gives me
oh.
plus
Yeah.
3 damage.
Yeah, he adds his
Oh,
proficiency
oh,
bonus
oh,
to the
oh.
damage roll.
So I did. Yeah. He actually didn't take that much. Okay.
So it was 11 and
14.
17.
Yep.
And then that
For a total of-
is
28.
yeah, that's my turn there.
28 damage. So you're just firing up. And now he
Yep,
knows.
and I'll be like, listen, you big
you
blue
exist.
lugs, we're here to help you.
As it gets pulled out, like this tendril like pulls him out, you see all the limbs like go forward as its back convulses, it's pulled backwards, and then it gets locked into place, and then like quickly turns around. Garron like swinging from the sword as it quickly whips around in your direction and like screams out, its arms up wide. Its thing's massive, and you have its attention.
We're here to help you, I swear.
We're all friends here. It's okay.
Such a
Um,
weird image to
Quick-
imagine Garron on this guy's back. The more I think
Question
about
real quick. The Grasp at R, it says creatures get pulled 10 feet. If I hit the sword, would it
It's not
still
a
pull
creature.
that?
It's
I
The
mean-
sword is not a
It's
creature.
not a creature.
Alright, fine. I'm
That you
just
know of.
asking. I
it. Good.
gotta ask. Alright, that's
Creative
it.
though.
It's a fair point, Tim. That's a fair point.
Alright. So since Garron is on his back, if I web up there, Garron's gonna be stuck in the web as well.
easier to hold on.
Yeah,
Sacrifices
I mean,
need to be made.
Yeah, but if the Yeti succeeds, it could move away and Garron could get stuck in the web.
what is it? What is it? What kind of check or saving
It's a
throw?
dex save
Dex
at
save?
first, and then you need to use if you fail to save, you're restrained. And on your turn, you can use your action to try and break free with a strength check. But yeah, you need to
Yeah.
spend an action to do that. So what I'm thinking instead, I'll cast command on it and command it to drop on the ground. So just
kneel.
Collapse.
You're gonna command it to drop or to grovel.
not
rather?
Drop it like it's hot.
grovels.
Drop it like it's high.
Like it's fine. Can I? Yeah, I command it to drop the sword.
Take it out yourself.
Yeah.
So that is
Um,
a wisdom save.
So what is the command you're giving it? Sorry, just to clarify.
Grovel.
Grovel?
In the
Okay.
spell, the grovel.
Gotcha.
But I do have to say, those commands that appear in the spell description are suggestions.
Yeah, it's up to the DM's discretion whether he'll allow it or not.
So, yeah, wisdom save.
Yeah,
That is an 8, and
Aha.
it is going to use a legendary resistance.
There
How
it
dare.
is.
How dare.
I know it's coming every time, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm shocked every time.
command is a fun little spell.
Yeah.
I just finished watching the
Oh, Louise! So you've now made
what's it
yourself
called?
visible to it, and it like
The
angrily
halls.
like goes from Black Star, and like Garron's just getting whipped around as this thing is giving itself whiplash as it's turning from one side to the other.
Can you guys try?
It's a roller coaster.
Mhm.
Can you guys?
No, it's
move
like
a little quicker?
those mechanical balls.
Yeah.
Louise, you doing anything else?
Yeah, since I casted a spell with my action, can I cast a bonus action cantrip? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm never sure with that one. So I'll cast now Magic Stone, and wait, how far?
I kind of want to hear what Louise said, or did you just point at it and say grovel?
Well, I would have said drop, but I know in the spell it says drop. It's
Oh.
like drop an object, but because I feel like grovel isn't really something Louise would commend.
Like
Yeah.
fall or
Rip.
Rip.
Bend over.
fall,
No.
fall prostrate,
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sit. Roll over.
Bend over.
defenestrate.
Boy.
Defenestrate.
Okay. Fenestrate.
There's no windows around here, unfortunately.
Okay, at the end of your turn, it is going to use a legendary action, and it is not happy with Black Star. And so it is going to go
great.
ahead and throw a boulder at Black Star. I need
know
Black
why.
Star to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
It's thrown on the ground to just.
Oh,
But
that's
it's
terrible.
But it's not, though. Ooh, oh no.
But it
Oh,
is.
I'm
It's
gonna.
failed.
I'm gonna.
Use the
silvery
legendary
barb.
resistance.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Yeah, remember the 8. Yeah,
I'm a
Purge it
silvery
from your
barb
memory.
that.
yeah. I purged it.
Oh wait, can I do that? No, I can't.
Are you
I think so.
resistant or immune to cold damage?
I am not.
Okay, then you take a total of 20 points of damage.
That's not bad.
No, not too terrible. I had 5 temp HP, so it's okay.
Hits you? Yep.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
That hurt. Oh boy, howdy.
So this giant boulder just comes towards you and like clips you in the shoulder and almost knocks you over. You feel something pop and like dislocate off to the side. Xander.
Ouch. That's his playing arm.
Oh man.
That is.
They're both his playing arm.
That's within 60 feet, right? Yeah, it is. All right. Now I have 2 choices.
I'm excited to hear these choices.
All right. It seems like we've kind of started hurting him. So I don't feel so bad now.
I was never not gonna hurt him.
Yeah. I mean, that was in your pocket for like
I'm gonna
1
do
second.
I'm gonna do Psychic Lance. So he has to make an intelligence saving throw of 16.
Oh.
Okay. I forgot to read my own stat block that I created weeks ago.
Forgot you gave him counterspell as well.
Nope.
Wow.
The ability
It doesn't need to use its reaction to use it.
the ability
just
that it
an
used
auto
on
counterspell.
B2, where it was trying to use this like gaze thing, it can do that and make 2 melee attacks. And I totally forgot to do that. And you
You
said
wanna attack me now?
Intelligence saving throw.
I'm gonna take care of it after Xander takes his full turn. Yeah. Intelligence saving throw. That is a 0.
Oh, jeez.
So
It-
he is incapacitated.
It is going to use another legendary resistance.
All right.
Okay.
Burn
So
them
then-
off.
It takes
It's-
24 points of psychic damage.
Is it half?
Even
No,
No.
it's
He's-
whole. It right or is it?
Is
Like,
it-
is it?
fits in the
It
spell.
sounds like it would be half.
Is it half? I thought it was like a resisting the effect, but you take the full damage for failing the
Let's go
throw.
read.
That's not usually how it works, but we'll.
I don't know
check
how it
there.
works.
On
I'm
a
just
successful
speaking.
save, half damage and is not incapacitated, so
Yeah.
it's half damage.
So 12.
So 12.
Yeah, because
Well-
it forces itself
Yeah.
to a save.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then yeah, it's 12.
Psychic damage, in case that does anything extra.
Not in this instance, but thank you.
Could it please? Pretty please?
Just
It
add
regains
vulnerability to
health.
psychic damage right now.
You
Because you
Happy
forgot to read
Eric.
the stat block. It does say.
Yeah. Because it's addled by the sword, it's extra susceptible to.
And then I'm moving behind that tree. My job
Okay.
is done.
Awesome.
Did you
Okay.
even do?
So we're going to
Stabbed
handle
its brain a bit and moved
we're
on.
gonna
He's making
handle
me
the,
fast.
the 2 attacks that it would have taken, because if it was another player, I would allow that to happen, obviously. So it is going to simply take its 2 melee attacks on Garron, who is on its back, because he is within melee range, just trying to hit it, but you are raging. And so...
but he never.
He didn't reckless attack. So
Yeah,
it's not
reckless
advantage.
attack.
No. Did no rec.
Right,
I didn't
that's-
attack at
that's
all.
because he's
another
raging,
feature.
he takes
Talking about
reduced damage
defense.
because it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, he has
Yeah, he'll-
resistance.
Yeah, he'll have resistance.
You gotta beat an. You gotta reach an 18.
Unless it's a
First
psychic
one is a natural
Yeti.
1,
Nice.
and no, he can't attack himself. Felix.
Oh, it's not gonna just catch on the sword and yank it out and we're done.
The second one is a 29 to hit.
No, no,
Ooh,
No, it doesn't hit.
That sounds like it was almost a crit.
no.
That sounds
did
like,
sound
it was almost a
a
crit.
I hope it was almost a crit.
Yeah.
Are you resistant to cold damage?
Everything except psychic.
Yeah, you are a bear totem barbarian.
Everything except for psychic.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a bear
So-
baby.
Oh,
Bear
best song.
baby.
Best song on it's
Barbarian.
25 damage reduced to 12.
Cool. Jeez.
Just reaches up and just socks you right in the side of the head. Feel the pain.
The
That
HP
is- so
gone.
that handles that. Razier, it is your turn.
It is my turn. Well,
Had a fun RP moment in my head that I was gonna do, but since you hit me, I'm not doing it anymore.
Aw.
That's what you get.
Concussed.
You hit
I mean,
me
it just-
on
it just
the
wouldn't
belly
work.
with you.
I'm just gonna do my plan.
Do it.
I'm
I
gonna
dare
have-
you.
I'm gonna have the immovable rod and the rope ready in one hand, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step using my other spell slot. Misty Step is 30 feet, so I can. Let's see. I'm going to. This thing's 20 feet tall. You're probably 18 feet up, so I'm going to need it. I'm going to run behind it so I can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
I just realized with the darkness around you, you don't provoke attacks of opportunity since they can't see you.
Correct.
Just this bubble of darkness moving past the Yeti at this point. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then I'm going to Misty Step basically right up onto Garron and the Yeti. Basically
Nice.
right up next to him. So I
Okay.
have an easier time to get on there and hold on.
Garron, for a moment, your hair just kind of moves for a second, and then it is complete pitch black darkness all around you,
right.
and there's something clutching onto your back.
I would, as I'm running
is
over
it-
there, yell up to Garron, I'm coming up.
Can I see? Since I have dark,
I'm
is this
coming
magical
up.
darkness?
Yeah, it's
It is magical darkness.
So I can't see with dark vision.
You cannot.
Come on. You should have waited until you were up there and just whisper in his ear, I'm here.
I'm here.
Oh man.
It's me. I'm here. And so that's my bonus section. With my action, I want to with the slip knot I have ready, and seeing Garron's hands on this thing, I want to get the immovable rod and Garron's hands and the sword all in this loop.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to put. I want to have.
In the loop of the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Change. I'm not going to put your hands in there because I just realized what that could do.
Yeah.
We're gonna
rip
not
his,
tie
rip
your
his hands off.
Yeah.
Does it tear his
I
arms
am
off?
going to.
Ready in
Get
action. Tell
I'm
him
gonna
to.
get the. No, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get the immovable rod. I'm gonna be like, let go of the left side or something. Get the immovable rod under that, like wedged. So like, I have a sword. All right. Get the immovable rod like this side, like in like that. So it's like up against the sword and the cross guard. So it's not just like this. It's like in there, but also still under.
Okay.
I'm gonna get like there, and then lash the loop I have around it, and then tighten it, and probably try and give it a few more reps. This is gonna be my whole turn. To do this, obviously.
And you are going to make a rope tying roll using your dexterity.
Can I help with this? I mean, I can't see though. That's
No.
You can't see. There's no
you
way
can't help him at all. In fact, you might hinder him.
I'd probably
if you
make
tried.
it worse.
Yeah.
Like, I got it.
Straight
I just
dexterity
punch him.
roll, and just to make sure, oh, this isn't using a skill. Could this be sleight of hand? So it uses a skill. And please.
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got a 20.
Uh-huh.
I got a 20 either way.
Okay, so you feel pretty confident in your lope rashing abilities, not rope
My
lashing.
low brashing abilities.
Mm-hmm. You take this rope and kind of tie it all around, and you click the immovable rod in place, which is technically
I can't actually do that yet.
Is
It's
it
an
a
action
bonus?
to press the button.
It's an action to press the button. Gotcha. So it's all the tying it around. You're getting ready. Garron's still up there with you. Garron's just like holding on for dear life, probably grabbing onto the fur on the back.
I mean,
like right next to you.
Garen could click on the button. Could activate it.
So what I'm going to do is at the end of my turn, once it's all tied, I will put Garen's hand basically on the button. Be like, push this to hold it still. And that's it.
This is such a weird experience for
Push
Garrett.
this to hold it still in pitch blackness. You're grabbing onto a somewhat
Like as
warm
as I do this
cylindrical
within the
metal
seconds.
rod with a button on it. You put your thumb over it and says, "Push this to hold it still."
Yeah,
And
I'm giving him the briefest of explanations
Yeah, yeah.
in the 6 seconds that I'm tying this.
Uh-huh.
I just-
Move your hand. I'm tying this here. Push this button to hold it still.
Uh-huh.
All right, see ya.
I mean,
No, you don't.
I don't
yeah.
really have the movement, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of just there.
You're just there. Yep. Okay.
I'm holding on myself now.
That
This is in darkness now, though, because
Yeah.
the darkness is on the rope, which is on its face.
Right.
So now he's blind.
Well,
I'm
it's
blind.
centered basically at where the back of its head is. So yes, it is in darkness. Yep, for sure. Which is
You can delete
hilarious.
your template. I made one. I
Okay.
can move it.
Nice.
And I'm on this side of him, basically.
By the way, Tim, once I get spiritual guardian, you're gonna love making a bunch of templates every time I move.
Mm.
I'll let you take care of your own templates. You know how to operate Foundry. Okay. End of Brazier's turn.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
What do I have to use? Just because I'm planning for my turn. What do I have to use to click it? What action?
It would be an action, yeah.
Just
so-
an action.
yeah.
You're hasted though, so you have an extra one that can use an object.
Yeah. Okay, true. All right.
Okay.
Aha! You can do it easily.
After Razir's turn, it is going to use a legendary action. Let's see. Since it's gone, it's only through one boulder,
Yes.
so it's only used one legendary action.
Correct.
It is going to. Somebody roll a d4 for
I'll do
me.
it. Never mind. This guy's quick.
Let's just roll in the west.
Oh,
A
2
4?
4s. Oh.
I also roll it for you.
All right. Well, it's definitely going north towards Blackstar.
Now it's just legs sticking out of a darkness
you
bubble,
can't make it up.
moving
You can't
towards
make
you.
it
Not even that. It's just gonna be
Okay,
a giant
I didn't
boulder
choose
coming
it.
out of
The
the
dice
dark.
decided twice.
The dice is in
Now,
charge of the narrative.
here's the thing. It is using its legendary action leap, and it can't see where it's going. I need Blackstar to make a dexterity saving throw for me right now.
Oh boy.
In the
This
pit.
is For Jay and for Chris, this is occasionally I go outside of the bounds of how things are supposed to work to make some pretty funny stuff happen.
Oh yeah.
You mean you
Absolutely.
play
It's just an
D&D?
evil DM. It just does it to
15.
screw us over.
All right, let me just.
I don't
I'll
get
do
advantage
this
on this since it's in the dark now.
Since I can't see it coming, do I get advantage?
I was rolling to see
see
who
the-
was heading towards, so you don't get advantage because it doesn't know it's heading towards you. It's just leaping in a random direction, which just so happens to be you. And we're gonna go ahead and roll this. And
Sorry.
Bless,
Bless
you.
you.
Seems like it runs in the family.
Unfortunately, you really can't make this stuff up.
Straight on you.
Oh, hey, we're on your back. Still. How did you do that?
The weight of an entire Yeti goes just boom on top of Blackstar. So I will let you make another dexterity saving throw. That was to see if you could avoid the damage of it landing, but it is actually using leap, which has a mechanic which requires you to make. I'm sorry, no, it's a strength saving throw to avoid being knocked prone.
Worse.
You're super strong, dude. Come on.
I'm not.
Is there anything that Garron and Razier have to do to stay on, or do we just?
Yeah, I'm assuming I have to roll.
Oh, you guys would both need to make strength saving throws.
I'm going to choose
Can
to
I-
fail and fall off.
Okay,
Oh, you're choosing? Okay. I was
You're
going to say,
20
can I
I'll-
assist him?
but you are
I'll
20
drop
feet in the air, so
15.
make an acrobatics check.
20 feet. What about 15 feet? Because you said
Its head is not.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, so you
I
still
mean,
make an
but-
acrobatics check not to take 1d6
Yeah.
damage.
Was it a,
Yeah,
was it a
that's
check
fine.
or
I'm just trying
a
to
save? I
minimize.
forget.
Blackstar, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. The strength save is a 7. You are knocked prone.
Okay.
Is it strength save or strength check?
Save or check?
It's you're trying to save against falling off of it, or I guess it would be the save. It should be a higher number than the strength check, right?
Oh wait,
Strength check would be to
I
try
have a
to-
different thing.
You're trying to do something.
Mine is a
Save is
dex.
you're trying to not.
yeah, you save you're trying to resist against something, check you're trying to do something.
A 10.
And-
Just
and
for
this-
you falling, right?
Yeah, for me for falling for the dex save.
Where would you
I
fall,
failed.
though?
I just
Underground.
back.
Oh, your acrobatics check. Oh yeah, okay. Razier takes 5 points of damage from fall damage.
I'm assuming I passed my strength save.
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time here. 24. Yes, you do. You are still grabbing onto the removable rod and the fur. You're being thrown around as this thing leaps into the air. Land. You probably hear a grunt from Blackstar.
I can
underneath
see
it,
again, though.
I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Oh god.
Nope.
You cannot
can't.
see again because the rope.
Oh,
is
no, the
still
rope
wrapped
is there.
around.
No, I'm
The rope is
blind
on the
forever.
I'm realizing at this point that each individual person is having to wait about 30 minutes in between their turns, and so I'm gonna try and speed things up a little bit. So it is B2's turn.
B2 is really confused by a giant ball of darkness flying through the air.
That's
So
true with legs.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like I do not understand. So if I cut across here, that's going through the quicksand, right?
It would be yes.
Can B2 really do anything? I guess B2 is going to just kind of. He's going to take his movement here. And then.
Not through the quicksand. You went around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you can get with 30, even if you like caution your way around.
Yeah.
hmm
And I think B2 is going to just take a ready in action to like push Razier out of the way if a boulder comes flying this way. Because he's just like,
I
do
am
not
on
understand.
the ground, so it'd be more of a kick him out of the way.
or a
Yep.
punch out of the way.
Oh yeah, because
You know?
Razier's prone right now, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the kick has a little more umph to it. We're even.
So that was your movement, and you're gonna ready an
Ready an-
action to you
to
want to move him out of the way in
shove.
case a boulder.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Garron, you're up.
All right, yeah. Garen, extremely confused about what just happened, because like what he experienced is that he just showed up. He just ended up being blind, had someone kind of manhandle him, had someone whisper in his ear, and then suddenly he just was moving very erratically without knowing where he's going.
Yeah, in complete darkness.
But I'm gonna listen to what the voice said, and I'm gonna look.
I
for...
mean, it was clearly me who said
Well,
it. You
yeah,
would
but
probably
it's more
recognize
fun.
it came from the sultry voice of Razir. By
I'm-
sultry, I mean spooky and ooky.
Yeah, it was very creepy. I'm gonna look for the rod and look for anything I can press, and then once I find the button, click it, use my action for that. And then I would like to. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do, but I have to gamble it. I want to hold my action to pull the blade, like for when
He has
he
two
moves.
actions.
Can he hold a hasted action?
Yes, you can.
You could use the hasted action
Or you
to
could
push
use
the
the
button.
hasted action and then just
Push
hold
Yeah,
the
his
but
actual
actual
you
action.
can still use an hasted action to hold an action.
So that's what I
Okay.
want to. I want to hold it until he moves, so that now I have the help of the excuse me, the help of the immovable rod, and then pull
But
at
the
the same
movable
So
rod.
as he's
you'd be
moving.
holding the rod and pushing with your feet to
time. Yeah, basically.
pick him off and to pull. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, it's my turn.
Well, as soon as you click it into place, it just like stays in place and does not move. And the Yeti, who is always like slightly moving, like all of a sudden
Pretty
is
painful.
like like really starting to get a bit frustrated, and you're holding your action to try and pull again using the leverage you have.
Yeah.
And
The minute he
the rod
tries
that's
to
there.
move like very aggressively or like moving out, like maybe he jumps or he just I can tell that he's about to try to move really like use a lot of his strength. He's gonna be helping me pull it off basically.
Okay.
And I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. It is Brr'eve's turn.
Come on, Brr'eve.
Brr'eve attempts to turn in the direction of B2 and Razir,
God.
but is like turns a little bit and then like cries out in pain as like the sword like tears the muscle a little bit as it's like held in place, and it's like turning and it's like just crying out in pain. Unable to fully turn in that direction. It can turn its head. It is going to do so and target Razir.
It can't see
It
anything.
can't see
in the
anything.
darkness.
Can't see anything, and is not going to do that. It is going to take its 2 melee attacks with disadvantage on Garron, who is on its back.
Oh, thank God.
Black Star's just lying there.
First attack.
Just darkness and legs.
First attack first attack at disadvantage is 16.
It misses.
Okay. Second attack at disadvantage. It's the 13. Okay.
Both miss.
So it misses both of those, and then realizes that its movement is extremely restricted. Like even its right arm that comes up to try and hit you, like can't even fully get where it needs to go because the immovable rod is causing it to like be restricted and can't like get anywhere. It is going to, with one final effort, try to move away from the immovable rod. It itself is going to make a strength check to try and break free from this.
Would
which,
it be the sword making a strength check to stay in?
Doesn't have stats.
That is, well, you don't know.
However,
You
however
don't
you
know.
want to rule it. However you want to rule it, Tim, is a DC 30 strength check to move 10 feet.
And I want to also.
that is
pull-
unless the Yeti weighs more than 8,000 pounds, which I don't think it weighs more than 8,000 pounds.
Wait, but
4 tons?
no, that's not how that works. You need to exert 8,000 pounds of force on
If
the
he like dropped
Right.
and hung on it.
Yeah,
It'd
then
be
yeah.
8,000 pounds on the sword to stay
Yeah,
in its
but then
back.
Okay.
pretty sure the sword
Let me
would
let me
remove itself before
me
that.
say.
The crossguard might break off if it's not a magic item.
Wow.
Wait, command.
It tries with all of its might to move, and it is unable to.
So in that moment, can I try to pull while he's
Oh yeah, he was
while he's
to do a
trying
pull.
it,
He's trying
his
to move.
might?
Held his action.
Yep.
Okay. So
What
hopefully
is,
that
what is your
lowers
highest? Your highest roll so far has been an
at 20.
8, but it was your natural
23.
18,
With an 18.
or
It was a natural 19. Natural 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
natural
18
18.
with +5.
So I'm hoping this like lowers the DC a little because it's helping me, but because I can't get extra advantage.
Pushing with your legs.
I will.
We're
I
using
will.
the-
I tell you what. I will give you advantage.
I have advantage
Oh,
already.
how generous, Tim!
I already have advantage. Dang it. This is a strength check, right?
Yeah.
All right. Come on.
You're such a nice DM, Tim.
Oh, like,
Lower it.
what's that kid movie? He's like, I'm a gracious god.
Unfortunately, 18 does not succeed in pulling this free. It's yeah.
It's a movable
Help
rod.
still, at least.
It is,
Yeah,
it is holding him still. Yep, and he's blinded.
And he's blinded.
So-
I need to double check something.
How long it lasts?
Well, no, darkness will last 10 minutes, so we got that enough time, and the movable rod is just until you like break it with too much weight or you turn it off. Spreads around corners. Okay, so it does say it spreads around. I was wondering if the darkness wasn't a full bubble, if it was just like the dome was moved up, but it does spread around corners, so it would fill the space once it's off the ground.
Right.
I would think. Yeah. Okay, so that was what I would think.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Dang. Did it move at all? Like it budge at all when with him moving and me pulling at the same time? Did the sword? Dang! What the heck?
He rolled very low on his strength check to try and get away. So
All right.
Loser.
I will.
just the
Misty step
dice are telling a difficult story this evening.
Yeah.
In this encounter.
while still laying here. Misty step away. Yoo. Over here. Shoop. And then I'm gonna stand up because why not?
He misty stepped while laying down.
Oh yeah.
Superman.
And then
Swimming motion.
I know he's in there. I'm gonna go ahead.
You can
and,
see his legs.
Oh, I can. All right.
The
I'll
bottom
blast
half of
him
his
right in the
bottom.
legs.
Please.
Shoot him in the leg.
All right,
Pretty
first
sure that's how
one.
you're supposed to do some of those boss fights, right? Take down
That's
the
an
leg, and then
11.
you get 3 hits
Yeah.
on the face.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Second one is there. It is 21.
Wait,
Does he get
21 hits.
disadvantage on these attacks?
yeah, you get advantage on your attacks since
Oh.
he can't see
So
you.
you do.
Okay, so then the
So
first one
on the-
hits. The second one is gonna be 12. So that one don't hit. Still only hit with one.
Man, that's brutal.
That's okay though. So that's 17 points of damage.
He's pulled towards
and
you.
He pulls 10 feet towards me.
Ow!
Hmm.
What would that?
Yeah,
What happens? What's the interaction here?
That's an excellent question because all it says is
Yeah.
once on each of my turns, when I hit a creature with my Eldritch Blast, I can move that creature in a straight line 10 feet closer to me.
Yeah,
And there's
no
no
magically
size
could-
limit.
There's no,
you
there's no
can't
size
exert
limit.
more than
so it is just
8,000
like
pound of force.
I just move it.
it's just magically moving him.
Yeah, Garron's
This,
sweating.
this
at
is
this
very
point.
much a up to you, Tim. Situation. There's no guidelines for this. It's also you've also decided how stuck in there that sword is.
We asked the sword nicely if it wants to just, you know.
Instead of speak with animals, it's speak with sword.
You
Speak
need
with
me to
weapons.
roll a spell attack modifier
So-
or something for judging the strength or something? I don't know.
You cast Eldritch Blast on its leg.
Please.
And as you do, it's not like the entire body in this particular instance that's like pulled towards you, but its leg is like ripped out from underneath it, and it
Oh my
begins to
God.
like fall downwards, but the magic like catches it and rips the sword out of the back of this creature forward, and it falls to the ground. Garron holding on to the sword that is being suspended in the air by the immovable rod. The sword and this like weird like
Still blinded.
Clot.
yeah, like a
no
tumor
one can see me.
is kind of is the word I was looking for. This like thing that was like growing inside of its back that was causing it to be so stuck inside of its body. Is just like this bulbous bleeding mass just kind of like dripping on the ground, and the Yeti now has a giant gaping hole in the back of it that was ripped
fine.
out from this
That's
happening.
We got
We've
berries.
got magic. We
Hits-
got berries.
Hits the ground. I want Blackstar to describe a little further in detail what his flourish is to cause this to happen.
Okay, so as Blackstar, like, he missed it, he's just laying on the ground, he's like, oh my gosh. And then I, like, go on my little pan flute real quick, and I just pop away in, like, a little burst of fire. And then Razier can see me just laying on the ground, just completely defeated looking. And then, and then I poof 30 feet away, and I stand up and I'm brushing myself off. And then I go, "Ah," and I just let the fire out of my hand as it coalesces down my forearm and shoots into his leg.
I
then-
imagine as you're about to cast this like fire out of your hand and this Eldritch Blast, you just hear Blackstar.
Grignac.
I've done with my nap.
Lovely. And then I just let it loose, and it pulls him. The limb fire around him from the Hexblade's curse connects with the Eldritch Blast, and you just see it like the fire like rages, and it kind of just roars upward, and then it shoots from the top of the darkness sphere, and then he pulls as it's contesting against this stuck magical sword and immovable rod.
Yes. And there's this horrible squelching sound as this thing is pulled free from the back of the body, and the Yeti
Well, you know,
hits the ground.
that's what you get with woodland surgery.
Woodlands.
We
level up!
Seeing the tumor come out and the sword still in the air, Garron hanging onto it, I'll drop darkness, my concentration on it, so it
Okay.
goes away. So I can do that
Fades.
whenever I want.
Garron, you see
for
yourself
a
hanging
moment,
15
I'm
feet in the
just
air.
in the sky right now. Yeah.
15 feet.
I mean, you got a big meatball to stand on if you want
Yeah.
to.
So,
Ah,
was that enough XP to level up?
Aha. No, see, we didn't actually defeat it, so no XP for winning the battle, unfortunately.
But we got the Master Sword.
Yeah, we completed
The
the quest.
Naturally, we need to
get
find a
XP after you
Triforce.
complete the quest.
The Master Excalibur is ours.
The master
that was a
killer.
pretty epic thing that happened to Blackstar right there, and I think that there was a lot of ingenuity. Okay, okay. Obviously, it was an amazing thing that Razier thought of and executed.
I was just gonna say I'm glad I finally got to use that thing, like in a legit.
Yeah,
immovable
that was
rod.
a really
was cool.
good way to use it.
that was an awesome plan.
Yep.
Smart.
The darkness was maybe unnecessary, but you know, it's my thing.
helped out a lot, and it went off without a hitch. Everyone gains inspiration.
Yeah.
What does that do again?
You can
You
you
use it
basically
to
get a
reroll thing.
reroll, or you can give someone else a reroll.
Oh,
On a
ooh.
D20 roll.
That's sick.
Specifically.
I thought you were gonna, when you were first describing it, I thought you were gonna loop the rope around the sword and the movable rod, and have the rod down low and have him like run and the rope tug.
I thought about that, but
Yeah.
then you're relying on the rope to be strong. So I was
Oh,
like,
that's
I want that
right.
up
I'll be
against
right
the
back.
sword.
Um,
I want the sword to break before the rope does.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a better idea. It's amazing.
Glad it worked.
Good
Yeah, I
thinking.
think I think Aaron's just going to click the rod and fall.
I hadn't told him that, so while he's up there, if you want to come down, you got to click the button again to turn it off. You
Yeah,
just
'cause-
drop 15
yeah.
feet with the sword.
Because the sword won't leave there if I don't click it. Because I could have just let go, but then the sword stays in the sky. So yeah,
mhm.
I'm like, all right, stay clear, and then I'll click it and fall down.
Make an acrobatics check for me.
And and I'll help Razier up.
Acrobatics check.
Thanks,
Where is
pal.
it? There it is.
Careful. We still don't know if this worked quite yet.
Great.
Careful.
No, I heard
hey.
the music we usually hear when we win a fight. I think we're good.
Yeah, that. Oh, I thought I was the only one who heard that. That's everybody. All right.
Garen, you take 1 damage, reduced to 1.
Reduced to one.
My toe.
He's
barbarian.
he's on the floor
Barbarians
now.
are immune to dying from fall damage.
You did fail, so you are you land prone with the sword and this giant tumor on you. The Yeti laying on the ground. We're going to come back to this after the break. So, bringing it back in to our game, the sound of the Yeti just freshly hitting the ground and Garron releasing the sword with the immovable rod lands on the ground as well, and kind of pick yourselves up and realize what a crazy, ridiculous encounter that just was. What are you all doing?
Careful now. We don't know for sure that this fella's back to his senses just because the sword's out. Careful approaching him.
I'm very hurt. I don't want to get anywhere near him.
Can anybody check if this guy's okay after that? He's
Yeah, I'll take care of it, and I'll just throw my pouch of berries at Black Star. Go over to the Yeti.
Thank you.
Far from that.
Yeah,
Garron,
what-
you're standing there. Hey, Yeti fella, you awake? You alive?
You just hear the...
Garron, he look.
If I'm on
Just
his back
breathing.
or anything, I'm gonna get off immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you kind of landed
as,
on him, kind of.
as you
Yeah,
get
sorry,
off his
man.
back, I go, hey, Garron, can you move away like 30 feet from him?
Is this good?
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna drop concentration on haste.
Oh yeah.
All your muscles lock up.
Yeah.
Feel like you got hit
Sorry,
with a ton
I'm
of bricks.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, I just realized.
What did you say? I'm seeing tiny bricks.
You feel like you got hit with a ton of bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a normal Tuesday for Garrett.
Yeah. Well, normally I can still move after getting hit by a ton of bricks. Now I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, I need a minute.
It's only for 6 seconds.
So do we want to wake him up first, or maybe try and maybe Xander could try and see what the sword is?
Yeah, let's kind of group up over here and keep an eye on him. See if he wakes up on his own. Give him a minute. Maybe see what this sword is, and then he might need some healing or something.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
care
a
of
big-
that.
Took a chunk.
That's
Took
a
a
big
chunk of him
hole
out of him.
in his
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah, it might not
Bit of
be
magic might do him some good.
Yeah.
But let's give him a little bit. See if he's gonna come back up angry.
I mean, he's still breathing, right?
Yeah,
He's
like
breathing,
audibly, right?
audibly, like just.
Ooh. I heard he's still breathing, right? I was like,
He's doing what now? Regains his senses. He's got one thing on his mind.
oh no, he's in heat.
Run, Black Star, run!
Yeah, Black Star's gone. Black Star is.
Sitting in a corner eating berries.
The Yeti looks
just
like it's
looking off into the distance, just broken.
the Yeti looks like he's unconscious and just laying on the ground at this point, and basically bleeding out because of a giant, like 2-foot hole in the back of his shoulder cavity.
Someone needs to close that wound now.
I could just try and stabilize him with the cure wounds or healing or something like that. I'll do that.
Yeah, I think a bit of
Do
magic
it
might be
Okay.
in order.
Yeah, because he took like. We're just gonna. There we go.
Bajillion points of damage.
9 points of healing.
Okay. Seems to be stabilized. The wound's slowly starting to heal over on the back, and from the other hits that he took as well. Looks like maybe he had a broken leg from being like whiplashed away from this thing and hit the ground, and like that starts to heal as well. And
How could that have happened?
don't worry about it.
Don't worry
It doesn't
You
matter.
know, if you don't remember it, don't worry about it.
If you don't remember it.
So that like starts to like grumble and like turns his head to the side and looks over in the direction of Louise. What happened? Where am I?
Your house, I guess. Your friend. Let me check my notes.
Salagastra.
Salagastra sent us to try and well.
Oh,
How
Sally.
many berries can I eat?
Salagastra.
How many hit points are you missing?
Like,
There's no limit.
24.
24. So you could do just heal up to full. I'll do the math.
Caduceus.
So you're back to your senses, but there, big guy.
I didn't know I lost them. Salagastra, you said. That
Yeah,
witch.
she was. I mean,
I
you
mean,
had a.
she's a friend of
bit of a-
yours, right?
She was. What? I feel like I'm missing 8 pounds in 3 weeks of my life. Well,
I mean, the 8 pounds might be that sword over there.
he like looks to the side. Oh.
Yeah, so
I
that
don't
thing
remember.
got stuck in you.
Yeah, remember you
It kinda-
fell or something?
It kind of took your mind from you, and you've been
Yeah.
kind of raging around the area for a
Right.
while.
I took a really bad spill at Salagastra's shop, and that's the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So
But we managed to safely remove.
The sword's not in you no more.
Yeah.
Big part of it.
Let's leave it at that. Yeah. I mean, if you want, I have berries that could heal you.
Those berries, I'm just let you know, man. They do a good job of making you feel good, but they're not a substitute. If you're looking for some food, that's not
I
gonna do
mean,
it.
they're enough to like get you through the day, but it's if you only eat those, it's you get tired.
You
of it.
get like really
literally-
bad poops.
Yeah.
If
we've
you
been eating
only
that for
eat them
2
for like a
days.
week, yeah, but it
Okay.
should be good.
2 days of berries.
I'm
Still
not
have
feeling
half a
too good,
human.
so I'll take some berries. Yeah, I don't know how much they help, but I'm down like
Oh.
160 hit points, so you know.
No, Tim, you need to say on a scale to like me, it would be on a scale of 1 to 81. I'm feeling like at 35.
What's- I don't get it.
I just got it.
It's my
35 out of 80
total
health.
hit points.
Yeah.
How?
You set the scale to whatever the max health is. Then you say about feeling about so and so.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Are you giving him berries?
Yeah, I guess I'll give him. What was it? You said 160.
Yep.
So 10, 60. Well, I'll just give him all my tier level ones. So that's 120.
120 hit points?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Life berries are so ridiculous.
Out of combat healing is.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's broken, is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, that's like the wound. He's just got this now like reverse humpback, just concave section in the back of his on his back, and he seems
You'll,
just kind of
you'll work
stretched
the
a little
muscle
bit.
back in.
So you had to come out here and save me, is what you're saying? It was
That's right.
Yeah, doing a favor for her so she can do a favor for us kind of transaction, but also we do like to help people on occasion.
That's more important.
do?
Yeah.
oh
I guess they do.
well. I'm sorry. My name is Brr'eve, and
Right.
I'm
Garron Stonefist.
Garron.
I'm Brazier.
I'm Black Star Lazarus.
Interesting name. Okay. And
Uh,
the little boy,
I'm Xander.
Xander.
I'm
I am
Luis.
And what are you?
It's B2 thinks he's talking to someone else.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's talking
kind of-
to you.
I was
Yelpy.
kind of
No,
hoping. I was
not,
kind of
not-
hoping
not
like.
me this time, bud. He's talking to you.
Yeah, I was hoping either I thought it'd be funny if Razir responded, or if Louise responded. Oh, what are you? Just a big human.
I'm that guy's brother. Like, what's...
What am I? I'm a ranger?
I mean, I'm a ranger, but I'm kind of like in my religious phase right now. So...
I haven't seen anything like you before. You're like a metal man.
Yes, that's a good way to look at it. I am B2T8, but they call me B2. I've also never seen anything like you.
I'm not really good with numbers, so I'm just gonna call you Metal Man, if that's okay. Or just B, because like I don't understand what numbers are. So,
I mean, but you can say the word, right? Like
You could say 2.
Also, you know that they're numbers because you're saying numbers. So like, what
Yeah, you
is?
just said 160.
It's when you start hyphenating things it really messes with him.
It's just don't worry about it, okay?
Who said it was
Just
a
call
number?
him B.
What if it was B2 as in TO? Like, you don't know. You're just assuming
B as
it's
well.
a number.
He also.
B as well. B also.
The BB.
No. Okay.
Anyway, we're
cool. Yeah,
yeah,
thanks.
we came to try and get that out of you without taking it down too hard, and
Yeah.
seemed to worked out. Just a quick question: are you the people-eating sort normally? You don't.
No.
No, that's not important.
Well, that's good for us. You might want to try and throw up then, if you're really against it.
I think
You
might have
kinda
had
ate a
a
person.
change of diet.
I mean, I
fact-
feel really sick as it is. You think I should like be trying to regurgitate?
I think he'll be
Maybe
fine.
it's just more about the morals of it.
I mean, what's
at this
done is
point,
done.
yeah, at this point it's done. Like,
Yeah.
throwing
Get
up
as much
the
nutrients
nutrients as you
Hey,
possibly
hey.
can.
Are you telling me that I ate a person?
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
the other half
Half of
just
one.
over there.
Half of one, yeah.
He like looks over and you see just the half-eaten corpse that's on the ground. He's like threw to the ground like before the battle started, kind of thing. Actually, he could have thrown it at one of you, but that just didn't. I forgot he had it in his hand.
I mean, he
Yeah.
dropped it
Leg attack.
while he was looking for us.
There you go.
Like
If
before
it
he
helps,
saw
you
us.
look pretty sick doing it.
That's gross.
I mean, he kind of looks sick right now.
That
Yeah,
looks like
I'm
the
sure-
bottom half of an
Fucking
outcast
wheeze.
robe.
Yeah, it looked
that's-
like that too.
That's.
Two of them were here and they
I hope-
ran off. They might come back.
I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. Hope they
Mhm.
weren't
Oh, you
trying to
knew
come and
them.
visit me. Yeah. Don't you?
No,
Okay.
not really. We're new to the area.
Who are you?
Yeah, two of them ran off. What was that?
We're trialing arrows.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's
Oh.
Trial and Arrow is our group name. We're adventuring around. We're new to the region and cross paths with Salagastra and
Oh,
got on this
Salagastra's.
little.
I know I called her a
quest.
witch earlier, but she's great.
I
You
mean,
know,
that's her
I mean,
vocation.
she
seems
is
like.
a witch.
But
hey, it's
yeah,
you know, just got to be careful. You know how kind of the inflection, right? Kind of like put in,
yeah, we.
it's you're like a witch or you're like a witch. You know, it's
Like the hard W. That's it.
yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Oh man, I can't. Anyways, I feel like I owe you guys something, or you
Oh
No.
no, not really.
This was
thing. You could come back with us to Salagastra's place.
well,
uh,
you
I mean,
told me I'm gonna go throw up.
yeah, you do
so-
that.
I mean, you could do that on the way.
I mean,
Look, it's up to you whether you want to stay here or go hang out at
I
her
mean,
place for a while till you
Then
feel
again,
better.
she did say she left on a walk with JJ, so she might not be
Oh,
back.
that
That was
guy's around
that was
again.
an hour ago though.
Yeah,
Like 2 hours ago, because they left. We waited for an hour,
Oh, yeah,
and
2
then we
hours ago.
left.
Yeah, they might be back.
They probably yeah.
Also, I'm just saying this because of the whole thing with the outcasts. You might want to be here when they're back. They come back to see. You might not want to be here when they come check out. I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna go take my chances in my cave and just be alone for a bit. I feel like I haven't slept in 3 weeks, so I think I need to go lay down. Yeah, I'll tell you what. So here's the thing: is like Salagastra has just kind of like converted me from being this really rough and gruff kind of individual to trying to be kinder and nicer and everything. So I kind of feel like I know you said I'm not really obligated, but if I don't give you something, then like we're gonna have a conversation later, and she's gonna be like, "Well, did you say you were thankful? But thank you, by the way. I appreciate what you did." And then and then like, oh, what did you do for them in return? So here,
we're already getting something in return from but for doing this from her.
Okay, so you're saying I don't.
This was a request from her. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Wait,
I'm gonna go.
Before, what were you gonna do?
Well, you kind of have to like come over and like I have this claw here. You kind of have to lick it, and something will happen. It always happens. So it's kind of cool. It helps you, protects you, and everything. But
hey, Blackstar, you want to lick the claw?
I'll lick it. Yeah, sure, why not?
He'll give you a lick, I guess.
I'm always open to something different.
Okay, so he holds out his giant paw with these black claws that are kind of sticking out that are still bloodied from earlier, with person on them, and holds it out. And do you lick this giant?
This is the strangest thing I've done in a little while, and
lick it. Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Not bloody spot.
Oh boy. All right, that's bad.
That is bad.
Use my inspiration for that.
Oh wow.
That's not much better.
It is just enough.
Yes.
It is exactly enough. You feel this like really tingly sensation come over you, and like your vision starts to go blurry, and like you feel like you're gonna pass out and fall over, and then you like shake your head and come out of it, and then this like chill then runs from your toes all the way up to the top of your head, and your hair goes out for half a second. It like goes out, and you're like, what the? And then comes back. Comes back out. Yep. Awesome. Perfect. You are resistant to cold damage for the next 72 hours.
Nice.
And you gain 15 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
How do you feel?
I feel strange, and then like the fire from Disguise Self like travels up my body, and all the flame on my body is now like a bluish color. But I mean, I look so good, and I feel not bad, different. Thank you so much, large friend.
Yeah, I mean,
Brr'eve.
It's the least I could do. Yeah.
You guys should try it. It's really nice.
Before I go, upchuck, you want to?
Yeah, why not? Let's see
that's
how
the
this
spirit.
goes.
You just, I mean, I've got like a couple, so you're not all licking the same claw. I know this is kind of weird, but
No, it's fine. They like to lick things after I've done it.
Just like holds out his
claws
like this.
I think I'm gonna pass because like until like 2 minutes ago, your claws were in the corpse.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I can go like wash them off. Got a pool of water in my cave. I can go wash them off and stuff. No, all right. And you, Metal Man, do you have like a tongue? Like, I don't know how this is gonna work.
A licking appendage.
I do not have a tongue, but I am good. Thank you.
Okay.
We
I was thinking maybe
good.
one of your eye sockets or something. I could just like stick my claw in there and see if it would work. I don't really know.
What a
I
horrible
think
image.
that would make me go blind.
Okay. Well, hey, he like goes to like pat you on the shoulder, but his entire hand is like the size of you almost, like, and he's just like awkwardly like furry paw on your shoulder. All right. So you all take turns licking the claw. Does Xander lick the claw?
No.
The claw.
I mean,
Xander, don't be a party poop. You've already smoked. You might as well lick a claw.
Garen is not
That's all what
interested.
all the
This
kids,
is
cool
this is
kids do.
weird. It feels weird.
I'm
It's
not.
good. It's fine.
I'll-
I'm not
Stop.
licking another person.
Brazier licks the
Oh,
claw.
I mean, it's not a person.
Yeah, I'll do
it's a
it.
Yeti.
He's
Okay.
intelligent enough.
Con save.
Con save.
He's intelligent enough.
Is this disease or poison?
It would be considered a poison, yes. Even though it has a beneficial effect, it's still a poison.
21.
21. You are successful and you gain the same effects. Resistance to cold for 72 hours and
72 hours.
Before you go,
Se-
let me play
72
you.
hours.
Let me play you a song, and so that you remember us. And then Black Star's gonna start playing some music. Everyone, listen closely.
Yeah, I'm gonna put berries in my ear.
So, if you listen for a minute and you're looking at me, make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
What's Louise's
It's up to you.
I have to be
Five
looking at you
people.
because I'm looking at
Louise.
Brr'eve the whole time.
Louise's passive insight is only 14 and Black Star's passive deception.
But
Oh, there's no passive deception.
Yeah.
There's no
I was
passive.
like, what?
But then again, back at Salagastra's place, he did talk about doing that.
He did. You're right. Okay. So you are choosing not to listen to it.
But
looks-
putting berries in my ears.
so, wisdom. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
B2
It's up
failed.
to 5 people, right?
Yep. So I could get everyone if I
You know what's funny about this is he rolled a natural 1, but
Legendary
he still
resistance.
has a legendary resistance.
Are you gonna get everyone? Do I have to?
Actually,
yes, everyone,
he doesn't.
everyone
he,
except Louise.
He does not have the sword in him anymore. So actually, he does not have the legendary resistance.
It's wisdom.
Oh.
You
Wisdom
Yeah,
save, yeah.
wisdom.
So
As I
Brr'eve
see Louise put it in
fails.
his ears, I ignore
said?
him.
16,
So I'm not,
16, 16.
16, yeah. Meets it, beats it.
Yeah.
I don't think anything changes for B2. I think he already thinks very highly of you
Ah!
because you've taught him so much.
Permanent
Alright, so
baseline almost charm.
Yep.
I don't do it to Razier either since he already licked the claw.
That's good.
Mhm. Brr'eve is just like, man, I haven't heard anything like that before. What-
For how long are they charmed again?
An hour?
Hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long.
Hey, what did you said
He's
your
always
name
playing
was?
good music.
You're the one with the weird name, right? Black Star Lazarus. It sounds.
Yes, yeah. That's my
Really?
stage name. And my real name also, so I guess.
So you're like a musician then. You just
Yeah, I am.
You music sometimes.
Well,
I love
you
it.
love music sometimes.
He does music sometimes. He does
You
music
are
sometimes.
music
I do music.
sometimes.
I
love
live
that.
music. I embody music.
Oh, you
Also spoken word poetry, acting, and then, some stage stuff, theatrics in general.
you do you play in Sayor at all ever?
I have played in Sayor once.
Because like I'm not allowed to go into Sayor because it would cause people to be afraid and all that. But I can
Right.
be outside of town, like near like the southern part of the town, and I can sit out like in the trees and I can listen from afar. If you ever play,
Oh.
you just let me know. I would love to come and see your show from afar.
Absolutely. I will make sure Salagastra gets a message, and then it can be passed on to you when I'll be playing.
Okay.
I plan to play at least once before I leave.
You don't need like help carrying anything, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because I could carry you if you wanted me to.
Oh, where?
I mean, I could really carry like all of you, really.
Where you?
Anywhere
Look,
you want to
look,
go.
man,
you know?
look.
We're okay.
Hold on, Blacks. Look, fella, you've been through a lot. You go take care of yourself and get some rest and think about whether you want to empty your stomach or not.
Wait, but before you go, Garron, I really must insist. You have to lick the claw. It's amazing. It'll make you feel so.
I didn't even tell you what the taste was like.
Yeah. Garen is gonna respond like how he normally would, but his body's gonna start moving. Like what? He's like, no, I'm really not interested. And then I'm just walking toward it. I lean toward it. While still like my eyes are like bug-eyed and like well, no, don't. And then I lick.
Okay. It's a really salty popsicle.
Not excited about this.
So it's basically you're licking your driveway in the winter after you put salt on
You
it.
salted it, yeah.
Tastes
Oh,
like
yeah,
a salted
save.
driveway.
All right, you're good. Yeah, and everybody passed the saving throw there. That's good.
The cold resistance doesn't. I mean, I guess the cold resistance is fine if I'm not raging. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get
And
15 temp HP.
Temp hit points, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
15 temp HP.
that temp is great though. But Garen would not have done that on his own.
Right. So
D2, how are
Big
you
fella,
feeling right now?
You get your rest.
Okay, yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all. It's been really nice meeting you. Sorry it was under such weird circumstances. So, bye. I guess.
Bye.
Yeah.
Just like gets up, kind of walks back into his cave, and
All right.
yeah, you have this
Yeah,
giant
well, that
bloody
went well.
tumor.
That went.
Yeah, that worked really well. We didn't no one died or even went unconscious, and I was concerned for a moment, but we did it.
Like
So,
usual, you
for
solved
most of the
problem,
fight-
Blackstar.
For most of the fight, I didn't even know what was happening, but it worked out.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this thing cut off. This sword.
Yeah, I was gonna say just before I woke up, our giant friend Zender, I thought you could identify the sword.
Yeah, I'll identify it using the golden glasses.
Golden glasses.
Although it might smell. This is something Blackstar you could burn, no problem. Might burn it.
Oh
right
yeah,
off.
good idea.
Yeah, I'll hold it up, like and spin it for you.
It's like a kebab.
Yeah.
Like a spit roast.
Go ahead and do
Yeah.
produce
Oh, God,
flame,
it's
and I'm
gonna
just gonna
smell for that
burn it.
Mm-hmm.
short
It's
sword.
gonna smell for you guys.
Oh, in the best section of the
Oh.
Discord.
Never mind. I have a friend who doesn't smell. Now me and B2 are gonna be like, whatever.
So
B2 can totally smell.
This is a short sword.
Oh,
Dang,
I forgot.
that thing was stuck in there.
Mm-hmm. That is the. You know, I miss the old days of Critical Role where Matt Mercer would hand like Liam O'Brien a couple pieces of paper, and Liam would just like look
Yeah.
at them and read them, and then not tell the group
Yeah.
what it is. And like I could be sending this privately to Jason and have him read it, but then have him, disseminate the information. But then he would inevitably end up just copy pasting it into the Discord.
But my favorite one of those was when he gave Travis the stat sheet for the Sword of Goss, like the vampire sword.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the big stat, like that big.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. It kind of gives you a little bit of insight as to why this may have had the effect on him that it did.
On a failure, you take 2d6 psychic damage, or the target does?
It does say you take.
Yeah, you do exactly.
Oh.
So
Okay,
you
so
hurt yourself.
So when it fails the saving throw, I take the damage, but it is stunned.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, weird. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Worth.
Give yourself a headache to stun something.
Yeah, not mine.
It's really good, but we don't have
but
anyone.
we
to
gotta.
use sword
We
sword.
should.
Oh, Black Star.
We should.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
Blackstar
Black Star
could.
can
Yeah.
use it, but we should probably bring it back and see
I
if
mean, she kind of
Salagastra wants it
wanted her
back.
sword back.
Yeah, I thought
She
she
didn't
asked
want her.
for it back.
Yeah.
She said
But
she wanted
then
it.
again,
we're not keeping
Black
this.
Star has his acid. Oh no, it's a dagger, right?
I have the dagger.
Yeah.
I don't use
Yeah.
it that much though.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this just to make sure that it's not
Yeah.
misplaced.
Well, let's
looking at
let's
Black
Black
Star.
Star.
What's the word to activate your dagger again?
I don't remember.
Jazz hands.
You have to reattune to it to come up with another one. Reset your
This is the
password again.
third time.
That's why.
No, it's indignity. It's indignity.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Well, the first
Yeah.
one was jazz hands.
It was, but that was 2 words, so we ruled it out.
Yeah. But Al, if you want to be able to see it easily, you can add notes to items.
I did. That's why I put
Yeah,
it
just
in my
read it.
notes to the item.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we start making our way back.
Making our way.
Yeah. Making it
Make
up.
my way down there.
That was good. Good thinking on your feet, guys. We didn't.
Yeah,
really...
that honestly went. Other than Black Star getting beat up a bit, that went pretty well.
Well, I mean, for us, that's kind of the usual.
Honestly,
Some
par
reason.
for the course.
We
yeah.
tried to
Yeah.
come up with a plan. I mean, in some ways, we still use Razir's plan.
Yeah, with something on the fly. But yeah, that is true. We do tend to come out successfully. It's rare that we mess up real bad.
I mean, there was the one time.
Recently.
And just
Rarely.
before we met
Right.
both
But
B2 and
what-
Garron, that time was real close to going bad.
It was very unpleasant for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like I
you were
said, rarely.
dead for most of it, so was it really unpleasant? You couldn't
Yeah, because
feel
I
it.
had to go through the process of dying. Like I don't
You
know if
did-
you missed
you-
that part.
We did. We were in the hole and then
Yeah,
popped
oh,
out
that's
and you were
right.
dead.
I mean,
So
no,
we did
he-
kind of miss it.
Did he die? Yeah, you dragged him back into the hole.
I
or
got
was it?
kicked.
Yeah.
I believe you told me I was kicked into the hole.
It's
the
body
indignity
in hole,
of it
don't
all.
care, time to go.
Well, let's hope that we keep up this streak of. I mean, I'd prefer to plan things out, but if you succeed at improvising as well as you did today, then
I mean,
I'll roll with the
a
punches.
lot of the time we try to plan things out, but we end up improvising.
All plans
Yeah.
fall apart at first use, so I mean, it's good to be able to improvise.
Mhm. Wise.
We'll get there, though. We'll get there.
All right, and Garen's gonna start moving in the direction back to the hut.
Does B2 have anything to say about what went on here? Any more than he already has?
B2
I-
and Garron really like Black Star right now, by the way.
Yeah,
Really
I was
like-
just say,
Yeah.
B2 kind of falls back to Black Star and goes, your plan was quite successful. I like how that you took the aggro so that it was easier for you to trip him. It was very calculated.
Thank you. I calculate so many things all the time that it's, it often works out to the benefit of our party, honestly. This is like I was telling you, like we all have different ideals and things, but we work together in harmony, just much like a symphony, composed of artists from different areas. Like but we know our craft. So when we work together, there is a unity. Unity.
The only issue is that there's always one of us who's out of tune.
I mean, yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We
But
just need a
there's
good conductor, and then that's where I fall. So,
Yeah, that's the issue I'm talking about.
oh, lovely.
Well, so far, it seems that in the 2 events that I have been a part of, we have been successful. So let's continue to be successful.
I like that attitude too.
It is because of your guidance.
Oh, stop! You're such a sweet metal person. I wish I met you earlier in my life. You're such a boon to have on the road.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate the compliment.
I like that you like me more than you like Xander. Also,
Speaking about the future, are any of you guys worried about the chainless base, seeing how, what was it, like 5 chainless almost killed all of us?
we were
Well-
ill prepared.
Yeah.
Aren't we always-
also, we were in the middle of them. We didn't have the
Yeah.
2 large fellas with us, so I think that was our big problem. Was we were in the wrong place and we just kind of dropped the ball there. If we stay on one side of them and approach them in one direction, I think we'll be.
So
lot better
you're
off.
I
basically
love One Direction. They're an excellent
saying
band.
we need to use them as, well, a meat shield and a metal shield?
Oh, I'm not saying a shield, but it's nice
Mm.
to have somebody up front to prevent the big nasty, heavy-hitting fellas from getting to the people who ain't so good at taking a hit.
Speaking as someone who carries a shield, I 100% believe we should use them as a shield because shields are very useful.
I am fine being a shield.
You're the
Likewise.
It's a noble thing being someone shield. Yeah. But I think we'll be a bit more ready next time, and we'll have a better setup and all that. And just last time we went and do a chainless base, it was a lot better. Don't forget, although there were less of them, but we'll have to see. If we're not in the middle of them, we always have the option to run away.
Yeah. Whose plan was that to go to the middle of them?
Was it a group project?
I think it was
Yeah.
kind of a group thing. Yeah, it was poorly thought out.
wasn't our best moment.
And this is one of those moments where you didn't actually improvise. Well, you did the plan that you thought of, and then had to improvise.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So it seems like you guys
Get
are
out,
stronger just improvising and not planning.
Yeah, it does seem like it. We also take a long time to come up with plans. So
yeah,
like,
we do
I mean,
take a long time to do a
that
lot
was the
of
problem this time. We were just talking in the bushes for
Yeah.
like 10 minutes or
You
less.
should see us at doors. We're like really good at talking through
Yeah.
doors.
oh man,
Do
Eh,
doors scare
you
you?
wouldn't even know before Black Star came along.
I think we
the group
told
we were
them
rolling
about
with,
it. Like we
was-
went all the way around.
Yeah,
get
we
to
avoided the
the-
door because it was locked. So we just traveled through the rest of the area and got around to the other side the hard way.
That's the greatest sentence ever. We avoided the doors because they were locked. It's amazing.
I mean, at the time, fighting an undead giant lizard was easier than getting through that door. So yeah,
T-Rex.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't.
we
locked.
don't know it's a T-Rex.
we don't know it's a
You
T-Rex.
said
It's a
it.
giant lizard to us.
Interesting.
But yeah, especially now that we got you two, I think our improvisation is going to be even better, and then maybe we'll be able to come up with some kind of plan. But
Yes, I will help defend against these locked doors.
Thank you.
Me
I mean,
too.
we were attacked by a chest once, so we never know. Doors might do the same. Actually, same room. That's the room that was behind the locked door. We went around to avoid a chest attacked us.
yeah,
I've read stories about chests and even sometimes houses or statues that attack people. Objects in
Houses,
general.
Inanimate objects are able to attack you.
Well, it's your
There's-
favorite thing, magic.
I mean, is it really magic? I think it's just a species that's able to like change the shape of their being.
And they're
Right, magic.
No, not necessarily.
Believe they call it ancient Chinese sorcery. Not sure though.
What's Chinese?
I'm not sure. I read it in a book somewhere though.
So-
So it must be.
As you all head back to Salagastra's, you are unhindered in your journey to head back there. Upon your arrival, Salagastra is again making tea, and it is now probably 1:30 in the afternoon. The sun is high above and filtering through the trees and really increasing the heat. Anybody who's uncomfortable or has a lot of... No, you guys had bought clothing to be in the better weather that's here.
Spider silk.
But it is pretty humid and everything's kind of sticking to you. Feels like you're breathing water outside. It's not a... Huh? Because you don't have to breathe. But the trees do give you shade, and it's made to be a little bit more pleasant. But you cross over the fire-breathing trees, you cross over the bridge to the small island where Salagastra's home is, and she welcomes you in. And JJ is still there. He somehow has a wooden chair that was not in the room before, that's separate from the two chairs that were at the small round table. And she has a small meal prepared in expectation of you coming back, and it is a stew of some kind.
I love stew.
Yes. Take a big whiff.
This This is something that I prepared. I thought it might be fitting. I thought you might be back quite soon, actually. You seem to be quite an accomplished party, and thought you might be, due for some lunch. And
Should I go get us like some biscuits or something like that to go with the soup?
you could, if you wish. If I don't know if the chest is capable of making wooden spoons, but I'm short one.
I'm pretty sure, but I think they only last for like 24 hours. Afterwards, they're like out of existence.
Oh, I'm not quite sure how that works.
Then again, we could instead make wood carving tools and make a new spoon. Using those, the spoon would stay after 24 hours.
I think the stew will actually more than likely be quite fine for everything that we need here. It's quite hearty, and I made it myself. So kind of like portions out a couple bowls and hands it out to everybody who is willing to have
I take 3 bowls from her.
3 bowls.
B2
as she
hands
hands
the bowl to Garron.
Yeah, as she hands the bowl to me, and apparently B2 as well. We hand them both to Garron. 3 bowls.
Yep.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Since Garron is complaining so much about the berries, I'm just gonna flick a few in his bowls.
It does smell nice.
Still gonna eat it.
We got something for you.
B2 said it smells nice.
Oh, yeah.
See, I told you he could smell.
As Razier says that, I'm gonna pull out the blade and hand it to him.
Here you go.
Yeah.
The sword, we got it
You're
out.
the one that talks.
It
I want
came.
to go
It
eat.
took a bit of him with it when it came out, but used a bit of healing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
chunk, like
Yeah,
this
like
big, yeah.
like a weird like scab or something, but like all inside him and weird, and it looked.
No, don't worry. I healed him. He should be fine
Yeah.
after resting for a bit.
That's quite disgusting, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The smell was really
was
bad
not
when
really a great
Black
thing to
Star
look at.
burned it.
Yeah, it was great.
But he's alive.
Anyway, he's
Yeah,
he's
alive.
definitely
He's feeling a bit off, but he's going to take a nap. You might want to check in on him. He had a bit of an altercation with the bandit fellas
Oh,
that are in the area, and
He
even
ate
though
one.
he knew some of them.
He ate one.
in his
Yeah, it was great.
He was before the sword came out, and he was
Oh,
real
he was-
violent.
wild and all that. Yeah.
So you might want to keep an eye on him in case they get upset about what
You
happened.
didn't
Maybe
see, apart
I
from
don't
the one that he ate, you didn't see any outcasts kind of hanging around there, right? They're not like trying
there
to.
were.
I mean, they were there when we got there.
Well, were
Yeah,
there,
there was a
four
group
of
of
them?
4. 2 died, 2 got away.
Yeah.
The thing is Brr'eve is actually quite impressionable, and I've been encouraging him not to associate with the outcast because they've really trying to influence him to get them to come and like join the club, so to speak, and like be a member. And really, they're just a bunch of riffraff that were rejected by the Chainless, and so.
So they're the rejects reject.
They're like chainless light.
Well, actually, they're actually previous members of the Chainless who decided to leave because they have bigger and better plans, and really they do have like what they consider to be a leader, but he's just full of himself and just stupid, really, just quite stupid, and they have no future. But what they do is they go and they steal from the Chainless, and they've been living. It's simply on Radalath Isles. They don't have any reach. They have no boats, nowhere to go. They're like a bunch of children with no mother and no friends. They just kind of like hang out, and I don't know. I don't actually
Bigger
know
and
what.
better plans, but
They
you
just-
still have
Just
to
to be
steal
sure,
from them.
the guys we met on the way here, those were outcasts, right?
Yeah,
You
That's
asking me
what they
that?
said they were.
No, out of
Oh.
character.
Out of character. Yes, they were
Yeah.
outcasts. Yes.
the one that
Well,
peed on himself.
So, we may or may not have been encountering them. There may be less of them around now.
There are absolutely less of them.
Yeah.
Like what? Maybe like
Well,
10?
at this point, whether it's wanting to like get him on their side or maybe for revenge or something, they might be coming back to him, and you might want to keep an eye on him, especially while he's recovering.
Right.
If that's what you're into.
JJ and I may go check in on him later today, just to maybe I'll bring him some of the stew and make sure that he's doing well.
Dude's great, by the way.
Oh, yes. Some of the local plant life that I've been cultivating for quite some time now is actually quite a good substitute for a protein that you might add, like a beef or something. So it's completely vegetarian.
Leaf stew, is that what
But
you
it doesn't
said?
taste like it's vegetarian. That's
Yeah, but
that's
you
the
didn't-
important thing.
Just never say
This
it.
is like the Burger King burger.
He-
I know
gonna- he's
Garron
gonna-
is
The
so
Impossible
disappointed
Burger.
right now.
He's definitely gonna do one of those like.
Okay, so what I will tell you, because I get to make that decision, is that the stew does taste fantastic. It's very, very good.
Oh yeah, I'm still eating
very
it. I'm
flavorful. It
just
smells the
disappointed.
aroma. I mean, you smelled it before you even got into the grove. Like it's just been cooking and smells very good. But now you've learned what it is. So
It's impossible stew.
well, as promised, you've completed what I requested of you, and actually, and she like just trails off and doesn't finish her sentence, and like goes to the front door and kind of peeks her head out, Moira, and apparently Moira comes walking.
I plowed the
from-
hole, go in.
Hide behind a curtain, like don't look.
Louise, do you act? Does Louise
No.
actually hide?
No.
Okay. So,
You gotta
Moira
eat my
comes
stew.
from the second building, which is the shop. She comes out of it and kind of comes around and comes in and hands a package to Salagastra. Oh man, I need like half a second.
Okay.
Because she oh my god.
Fine, none of us remember her accent either.
No, I know exactly what her accent is, but I can't transition from British to Southern, and it's like because her
that's
accent
real
was
simple. You just gotta talk like me.
Okay, so she's supposed to sound.
They're so close, you know. You just take a little bit off, take a bit of edge off, and you just get right up into it. What do you mean? What's the problem?
That was totally British. The whole thing you just did was British.
It
I'm
was
not sure.
not.
He started with a little southern.
Started southern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the first word you said.
No
was
way.
Southern accent, you shipped
It was-
And
it was
didn't-
like-
it
it
didn't
was a
pick up.
handful.
It didn't pick up the first part of my sentence.
It was a couple.
Yeah.
Howdy,
It's not coming to me.
howdy, y'all.
Try saying howdy. Maybe that will help.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say howdy. I can't say it. I don't know. Y'all is a problem
Against
as
his
well.
personal beliefs.
My ma here said that it was time for me to come in and actually that's not at all what happened. Actually, I told this Mr. Blackstar here that I was going to show up and bring him what he was due, and believe it or not, and she looks at no watch on her hand at all. It's actually been 3 days, and good morning, good afternoon, Mr. Blackstar. I said,
Hey.
and then she like mid sentence like looks over and sees Louise sitting at the table or at a chair or leaning up against the wall wherever he is. Well, anyways, I brought what it was that I said that I was going to deliver, and so here it is. And she like hands you a cloth wrapped package, which is your gloves of thievery that you were looking for.
Oh my god, you are such a darling thing. I
Oh
love
god,
you.
no door is gonna stop this man now. Oh god, and it's sleight of hand as well. God.
Uh-huh.
So, we've fulfilled what you were looking for, and I hope you find it exactly as you wished it to be. And that's it. It's been a pleasure. I have to head back to town, but because I was coming here, I kind of sent my ma a message ahead of time and kind of relayed the information, and she asked me to bring what Mr. Razier here was looking for, because I don't know, she sometimes she can see the future and like knew that everything was going to be okay, and so here we are with the very nice box, and she kind of presents it forward. Yes, this is the exact thing that you requested, and you have fulfilled what I asked for. I know that my friend is okay, and off the side while Moira was talking, you saw her kind of like head bowed down for a second, eyes closed, and a bit of like arcane energy like coming from her, just a bit of kind of swirling, nothing too fancy or anything, but she kind of like pulls her head back up and kind of looks over, eyes glazed over for a second, and apparently was able to understand that everything went well. So she comes over, and so you're presented with the box. So I'll be dealing with this Vito Zenobia. Now, Razier, seems like our business has been completed based on what you're looking for.
I appreciate that a lot. Like a lot, I do.
I have the ability to do things that are a bit more far-reaching, and I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for. I do have to smooth things over, but I could incorporate a little bit of retribution, or perhaps more so, if that's your desire. Or is it that you would like to take care of this situation yourself?
Well, I do think I want to handle it myself. Any ill fortune that follows that fella puts a smile on my face, but I do want to handle it myself. And you have been a big help, and I don't want you to get in any kind of trouble you aren't already putting yourself in, this situation being what it is.
It's just one thing. If you happen... I have one more offering that I'd like to perhaps pose a deal, right? If you were to learn the actual real name of the Red King, it would greatly help me in what I need to do. And in return, I would be willing to make it seem as though it was Vito's fault that this transaction went awry, and may put him on the rough side of the Red King. Because I have the ability to affect things when I know people's real names. Just put it that way. Leave it there.
I looked at the group. Well,
I mean, it's certainly an offer. We have a name, and we're pretty confident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Didn't the Saigar confirm that it was his name?
Mm-hmm.
if that's who it turns out to be.
He didn't confirm
Is the
it. He
thing.
was
We don't
kind
have
of in
100%.
denial about it.
Circumstantially,
Yeah.
it's
Like
true.
if it is who we described, then that would be their name. Right. So we have a name who we think it might be, and there's a couple of unconfirmed things. It's not 100% that we know this is his name, this is who it is, but based on the person we met, because we'd meet up with the Red King in town while he was here, had an audience. So based on how we described that to an individual, they were able to put a name to that description, if that is indeed who that would be. But again, that there's no direct confirmation that that is exactly who it is. So we can give you a name, just with the caveat of it. There's a chance it's not him, but that's the name we have.
If it's not the right person, or if the name you give me isn't the Red King, and I do something to affect their life because I know this name, it could be affecting someone entirely innocent. Normally, I have means of telling whether or not a name matches a person, and I can do other divining things. But the Red King seems to have something about him. I shouldn't say that. I know what the reason is, but I'm not going to share it with you at this moment. Anyways,
Non-detection.
what?
It's just a
Non-detection.
third level spell, non-detection.
Oh,
Currently up.
This guy.
breaking my immersion.
My version.
Right. So
breaking my
we'll give you this name because you've been nothing but welcoming and helpful. I think we'll give you this name again, saying that it might not be him. If you have a way of like spying on somebody or something, you might be able to figure something out, or the lack of information might tell you something. We are, I think the boy here is starting to get to that point where he could communicate over long distances. Or you already have that? I don't know.
Not yet. That's one of the things I'm looking for. But
Right. So we might be able to get our hands on communication, and we would let you know if we got a confirmation. But that's all we have to offer is a likely name and possibility that it's not him.
You know, what I could do is I could do what I normally do, just using simply the name, and if what I do doesn't work, then it's a confirmation that it's the Red King.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with giving you the name. Everybody
Bless
else
you.
good with that?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Right. So the name that we have so far for who the Red King is Zexus Redchain.
Oh. A member of the Red Chain family.
Yeah.
One of you mentioned Saigar? Was it?
We've
Mhm.
yeah, his son.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
If that's really true. All right. Well, now over the next day or so, I'll try out what I normally do and see what happens, and I'll have confirmation.
I mean, then again, we should be passing by in a few days, so we could.
Well, you've given me your word, so you're welcome to come here anytime you wish. Have no
All right.
fear, unless it is that you go against your word, and then, well, we know what happens then. At
The
least I
trees
do.
blow up on
I
us.
don't actually, but
The trees blow up.
You didn't quite tell us, but
we,
It's
we, we
implied.
can
It's
we can assume
implied.
we can assume it's not great.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Well,
have
you-
any more stew, Garron. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, amongst other things. Yeah, I'm done eating.
Okay.
Yeah,
with the
once you
box-
see
again,
Garron, he has
thank you.
like he ate from like 7 to 8 bowls, and they're like all stacked.
the pot is very low.
After he's done, I'll go down in the hole, grab some meat from the abracadabras, and come back up. You want some, Garron?
Oh
You'd
man,
probably still eat it, wouldn't you?
I'm still gonna
Super
eat it.
full.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that was a lot. Oh, meat, yeah.
Grab it so fast. Have
Yeah.
like little marks on your hand from where, like little what's it called? Like that,
Abrasion.
like just a burn. It's a burn.
Yeah, friction.
Yeah. Friction break.
Well, if you are intending on heading out on some other grand adventure, you're welcome to stay here for a while if you wish. If not, then it's been a pleasure. Thank you for staying for lunch. And
I mean,
I don't think we're going anywhere, are we?
we could
I mean-
stay the night, or we could head out, sleep in the woods, and
You get a half day's travel out.
Yeah.
Be on our way, I think.
I know
It's a
Xan
bit of a
did.
trek out there, so I think we should head out and then
head
make
out
camp.
and take as much of it.
right. Well,
I know Xander wanted to talk to
I will. Oh, right.
to Salagastra though.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of long, just general like magic conversations.
I mean-
and I mean, JJ is Certainly somebody that I would like to talk to as well. I mean, I can
I mean,
like catch up maybe.
I was gonna say do
Salagastra,
it before Razir does his thing.
What?
What am I doing? What?
With Xander's potential mentors.
Oh, yeah,
Ha.
track record.
Well, splitting the
Hands
group
up.
is probably not a great idea.
No, I mean we could stay while they do that and leave
Salagastra,
after.
would you be welcome to company for the evening and some conversation with the boy before we impose on you?
Sure, you're welcome to stay. I really insist on sleeping alone, so you'd have to sleep outside.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Yeah,
No worries,
that's what we
man.
would have done if we left.
And the Grove is
Right.
safe. With no worry of the outside jungle and its other denizens. Yes, I mean, don't step on my flowers and all that. The grass is fine, or in the water, or whatever you prefer. Anyways, so
I think we might take you up on your hospitality then. So everybody's fine with that. Take our rest here, head out in the morning.
That's
Yeah.
fine with me.
Give Xander
Then
a chance
Xander
to
can have his magical
converse.
thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
And
I don't
Black
think
Star,
splitting
please
us up
don't
is a
burn
good
the
idea.
trees.
I won't burn the trees. This is her haven.
All right.
Black Star,
Great
Black
neck.
Star.
Great neck.
I tried talking to you earlier.
I
You were
manifest the sword.
You were a little busy.
I was a little busy. What's up?
You really showed that Yeti who was boss.
Did you like that?
You pulled a whole tumor out of its back. That
I know, wasn't that cool?
And then you
I thought-
burned it.
I thought you might like that bit the most.
That was my favorite.
I knew it would be. It was everyone else's idea. I don't know if you know that. Like, they wanted me to burn it, and they thought you'd like it. So it's really a gift from them.
Hmm. Do your friends want to go and find Kezarak, Black Star?
They do want to go and find Kezarak, actually. And
Why
I
are
look
we
right at
heading in
Xander.
the opposite direction?
We've got to take care of just a couple things first, but we are going.
Kezarak needs us, Black Star.
And you need him, so it's top priority for you.
I want you to meet my friend.
I'd love to meet your friend. Is he as powerful as you?
No.
Oh, well. I mean, you're just that great, so there's nothing wrong.
Thank you. I'm going to go
You're
back
welcome.
to sleep now.
All right, I'll see you later.
Good night, Black Star.
And the sword disappears from my hand.
This was all telepathic, right?
Yeah, well, no, you can hear me talking in
Oh,
primordial.
okay.
Yeah, but it's in primordial, so we don't understand him.
Gets it.
So Black Star
Apart from
begins.
Xander.
Black Star begins speaking in a different language that most everybody doesn't understand. Looks like
I
he's
will-
talking to his sword. Yeah.
Open the box
Which
All right.
while this is
Oh.
happening.
mm-hmm. Describe
It
to me
explodes.
describe to me
If-
what your
if-
illusionist bracers look like.
Oh,
Oh, you get to design them.
do they have a? Is there a?
They do.
There
There is a description. We
Please tell me they have a Nike swoosh.
well, they do have a V on them.
Oh, yes, that's
it's
true.
engraved into the bracers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no picture, so I mean, unassuming looking bracers because it's for illusionist kind of tricks to double up on spells and stuff. So they would be unassuming dark brown, maybe black leather bracers. I don't know.
Probably
what,
black. Well, actually, I was going to ask you what Vito Zenobia would have asked them to be designed because he specifically asked for a
I don't know
V.
I don't know what he would have asked
Oh,
to be
okay.
designed, as you would be the one who would
They
know this
are
aesthetic.
jet black and
For
super
me.
like goth looking with accents of
With chains.
unnecessary
Oh,
no,
little
Gargoyles.
like spikes coming off of them.
Oh, God.
Little studs and
Yeah.
spikes and everything. Yep. Which
I mean,
doesn't.
that's not completely off from my aesthetic. So
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'll take them out. I'll be like, oh, you want this box back? Or
Oh, Sure, you're not going to.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna-
yeah, they're not for
I'm gonna
display. You're
keep
actually going to
using
use them, right? Of course.
Yeah. And then I'll at some point, it doesn't have to be right now. I will take some time to look at them, and I'll probably be like doing some thinking in my own head. But yeah, over our stay, I'll probably wear them and do some modifications in the form of like putting extra pieces of cloth around certain points to cover over the engraving and whatnot. Maybe some of the spikes if they're too shiny or something.
I'm really
Just-
curious.
Wrapping.
Just take a can of spray paint, spray paint, and just...
Yeah.
I'm really curious. I don't know whether or not you will share this, but I'm really curious as to how Razir feels about wearing bracers that were made for Vito Zenobia.
Oh, I'm thrilled to have them both because I've been looking for something that like this, and I have them because I denied them from him. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah. You have
Just like my
swings for
sling.
So we will leave off there for tonight's session.